Whoa, 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 hello, hello, happy Friday and happy hump day. No, I'm kidding. Happy weekend, everyone. It's Friday, and we're going to be talking about some video game news. Sorry about that, too. Last minute panic. Apparently, my YouTube account wasn't linked into my restream for this, so I had to redo everything on the fly real quickly here. But luckily, we're here. We're queer. Get used to it. We got some people joining us right now. Mr. Ando says, yo. Mr. Nerd Takes, yo. Mr. Wingasting is yo, here to lurk. Good, good, good. Neo is here first. And we got McDizzle. And that is our guest for today, Mr. McDizzle Gaming. How are you doing, buddy?
Doing pretty well, man. Doing pretty well. The week is over. The weekend's here. Glad to chill with you for a little bit. Play some games over the weekend. My wife is away for the weekend. I got a grocery order full of cookies, meat pies, all sorts of delicious things. Healthy.
Sounds pretty good. Sounds pretty good. My wife is actually, she picked up this Friday for work, and I asked her why she did that when, and she was like, I don't know. It's her go-to response. So it's just the boys' night, just me and my dogs and my friends, and everyone's here. It's been a pretty eventful week in gaming. We got the Steam Machine announcement, Sony financial data dropping. Game Awards is right around the corner. It is Game of the Year season, so we're getting more and more sites coming out there with more and more video game voting out there to let your voice be heard about what you like, what you don't like, and it's getting towards that season, man. We will talk more about that stuff later. But before we begin, everyone, if you could, please leave a like on this video. Help spread us out, share it with your friends and everything else too to help spread some awareness of the show. I would really appreciate that. And before we get into too much more about that, we got Mr. Ando saying McDizzle, the guy from the internet, gets mad at for saying the obvious.
Yep. It's
The
not
guy,
wrong.
the guy the internet gets mad at for saying the obvious. I stumbled on that one really hard, but
That's all good. That's all good.
I was flat tiring fucking hard really there. I'm really tired, guys. I actually got ran really hard at the end of the day at work because
That statement by itself, man, I'm sorry. As a snippet, I just got ran real hard at work. I understand the context, but you said we were hearing queer earlier, man.
exactly. So there you go. Got to service those sailors somehow, right? But yeah, like at the end of the day today, I actually had to work about an hour and a half extra of overtime, so it was basically just an hour drive home and then spent the rest of the time setting up for the show. So not 100% here, but I'm on my second cup of coffee, so we're doing pretty good.
Attaboy. Attaboy. I got a cup of coffee here too.
Yeah, exactly. So, as is tradition, Mr. McDizzle, what are you playing this week?
Absolutely. This week I've been stuck to the Outer Worlds 2. There's parts of it I really, really liked, and there's parts of it I'm not a big fan of. An obvious step up from the first one, from a more grounded aspect. There was parts of the first one I loved, and parts of it I did like better, actually. But the second one's much more grounded, bigger world, looks wonderful. The combat's actually fun. If you played Avowed, which I wasn't really a fan of, the one thing I liked in Avowed was the combat. And that carries on pretty well throughout the Outer Worlds too. I really enjoyed it. Some bad things about it, I'm about 60 hours into it. I'm trying to do every side quest. I'm probably being a little lazy. I probably left it on and, got some Cheetos or some shit.
Yeah.
But the side quest, a little bit repetitive. Some of them are fun. I'll give you one. It's not really a spoiler. I won't say. Don't worry, it's not a spoiler. You break up a worker strike, and it's really fucking funny. Like the options that you have. The dialogue's pretty funny. The side characters are not as strong, in my opinion, or as deep as the first one. With the exception, I really like Tristan. That dude's pretty cool. They've done a good job making a sequel. I hate to see that series die because I think they've done a great job world and lore building through both of those games. We'll see what happens. I'm looking forward to beating it. As well as I've been playing Kingdom Come 2. I think I've got close to 300 hours in it. I don't think there's an end in sight because it's just so damn immersive. It's the same way you can play something like Red Dead Redemption 2, a story mode. You can play it for hundreds of hours until you complete the game.
Yeah.
Just by doing shit. You can do the same thing in what is, in my opinion, the new king of immersive games, or at least immersive RPGs, actions. I think it's almost dethroned Red Dead 2, or at least in that same level. I mean, that's pretty subjective in that. So playing Kingdom Come 2, there's a new DLC that just dropped for it. The last DLC, get to go to like a church. You get locked in a church, and I don't know if you become a monk or whatever. You did that in the first one. But that's the DLC, and it's supposed to be pretty beefy. It says 8 to 10 hours. Boy, that's going to take me like fucking 40.
All right. Right on.
That's what I'm playing, man.
Well, it sounds pretty fun, man. I've heard a lot of good things about Outer World 2 from the people that have been playing it, and it sounds like it's definitely an upgrade from the Outer Worlds.
Big time. It feels like it definitely didn't feel like Outer Worlds 1.5 to me. It felt like a very fleshed out sequel with parts I wish they could have done better. They nailed the RPG aspect really well, in my opinion. The way you have a lot of flexibility with your character, the huge amount of perks. One thing that pisses me off, and I'm probably in the minority, I hate silent protagonists. I don't care if someone else wants them. And I know the development challenges with it, but I have such a better time in almost every story game where you have your main character, especially in an RPG like Cyberpunk.
Right.
Imagine Cyberpunk with a silent protagonist. I just don't think it would have hit as hard. And I feel a lot of games suffer from that. Starfield was a good example.
Mm.
All sorts of other problems with Starfield, but the silent protagonist didn't help. And that was an idea they actually abandoned partway through. They had a couple of voice actors said they were the ones that actually, did it.
Mm.
I think it was Elias. I'm probably butchering the dude's name. Tofex. He does a lot of games. And he was Sam Coe in Starfield by the end of it, but he was going to be the actual voice protagonist. Then they abandoned it. So that's my thoughts on Outer Worlds 2, man. I've been playing it a lot.
When it comes to PS5, they'll add it back in, though.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's so funny, man. Starfield's fucked, I think, unfortunately. They did the one DLC, botched it, so it was a really shitty DLC.
Yeah, I heard it was not good from everyone that played it. Yeah. I didn't hate Starfield. I always say that it's just a good game. It's not an amazing game. It didn't because I got into arguments with people who are like, well, it's not as good as Skyrim. I'm like, yeah, Skyrim is the best game of all time that I think they made, in my opinion. It's sometimes you don't reach your peak again. It's just every band has that one album that everyone loves, and then it's just you kind of go back and forth. We're there was a couple songs off this album that were good, but overall, this was just their hit. It's just.
It's an exceptional sandbox, and with the mods, you can have a lot of fun with it, and the community does a really good job. And I hate Bethesda's monetization strategy with the mods. Here's a fun fact that not a lot of people know, and I'm pretty damn sure it's true, is with their modding program, you know how the creators can sell mods?
Mm-hmm.
If I am not mistaken, and they can give them away for free. You can't give away free mods that don't impact achievements. You have to pay charge for the mod. Otherwise, it'll impact achievement. And that's something they do that pisses off people that make mods, because they are making a mod that they want people to enjoy and not impact their achievements and don't want to charge money for it.
As soon as you play with mods on, it automatically disables achievements, which I get, but it still sucks.
But there's still the achievement safe ones within Starfield.
But you have to I think they only started doing that in Starfield.
Yeah, and what they're doing with it is only paid ones. And if you want to make a free mod for Starfield and not make it impact achievements, you're not allowed.
Yeah, I get that, but look, if you're paying for it, I guess it's fine, because it's you paid for it, so you might as well get the added bonus.
Absolutely. But yeah, maybe they'll pick it up. I had this thought, if Starfield and the Mass Effect series had a baby, we'd have a hell of a game.
Or it'd be a giant monster, depending on which Mass Effect we're talking about.
Oh, Andromeda, man, the best. I'm just kidding, man. I'm just kidding.
So, yeah, is that the only game you want to talk about is the Outer Worlds? Or is there any other game that you want to mention real quick?
I think, that's what most of my time has been. It's been a busy week at work, and that's what I've been unwinding with. Yeah. I'm tempted to buy Arc Raiders tonight. I'm tempted, and as well as buying Dispatch. I don't want to spend a bunch of money, but I do want to play these games, Dispatch and Arc Raiders.
I picked up Dispatch finally as well, because I fucking caved, because a lot of good people were giving a good amount. Know who really sold it to me? ACG.
Okay.
Yeah, Carrick, he was I'm in his Discord, and all his Discord people in there were talking about it. He's been making some posts about it on Twitter. It's been getting really good word of mouth that's just catching people off guard. And I'm a sucker for Telltale games, so it's a bunch of ex-Telltale game devs, and we actually have a story about that later. We'll cover more. So I picked it up. I haven't played it yet, but I just picked it up.
Nice.
Yeah. But yeah, as for me, the games that I've been playing, I finally finished up Pokemon ZA, so I was able to move on to some other greener pastures. I went and started Ninja Gaiden 4.
Okay.
I've been really enjoying that game. Very fun power fantasy, very beautiful looking game. I needed a break after basically 100%ing Pokemon ZA, because I really did enjoy that game. Very cozy, very fun. But I needed a change of pace. It's I've played the crap out of it, so I moved on to something else. So I went to Ninja Gaiden 4. Very bloody, very fun. I'm not really too familiar with the whole Ninja Gaiden lore. So for me, it's a first time kind of getting a crash course into Dark Dragons and all those people. I really do enjoy Yakumo and his combat style. Very, very fun platinum game. Like that's what this feels like. It's if you enjoyed Devil May Cry, if you enjoyed like
Hmm.
Bayonetta, that's what it feels more like to me, which is good because I wasn't really looking to play like a Dark Souls like kind of game like the first one was. I haven't played
Yeah.
2 and 3, Neo. So if you're out there, let me know. But like I tried playing Ninja Gaiden Black earlier this year, and I'm just like having such a problem with that camera. I'm like, I need to really focus, and then I got distracted and played something else. But that is for sure. Highly recommend it so far. I think I'm on chapter 6. I'm gonna try to play more, probably tomorrow, because tonight I want to finish up the other game I've been playing a lot, and that is Age of Mythology Retold. I picked that.
Wait,
Yeah, Age
what?
of Myth.
The Age of Empires type, Microsoft Game
Yeah,
Studios one. Is that the
yeah.
one I'm thinking of? Yeah. Okay. Sweet.
So like I think I don't know. Did it either came out early this year or it came out last or late last year? I can't remember off the top of my head. I know it's just
Okay.
coming to PlayStation 5. But I started playing it again this year because I remember playing the campaign as a kid because it's vastly
Hmm.
different from the Age of Empire games. Like Age Mythology, like actually focuses on obviously the mythology. So they have like this whole thing where you have to go through like the Greek tales, the Egyptian tales, the Norse tales, and they've been doing more DLC campaigns. I just recently bought it on sale that had all the DLC included. So they have a Chinese mythology campaign, and they just released a Japanese mythology campaign this year, which they announced at the Tokyo Game Show. So uh, I'm almost close to beating it. It's like 35 or 32 chapters long. So it's a beefy it's a beefy campaign, ironically, with the whole story and everything. But I like RTS games. It's kind of like my bread and butter. And yeah, I really do recommend that as well. It's a really well done remaster too. So definitely highly recommend checking that out. And Ando is checking in real quick here. He said he beat Dispatch Day under 8 hours and had a really good time with it. Yeah, everyone was saying like the every episode is only an hour long, so the game is not super long.
I'm looking forward to trying it. I enjoy Telltale games as well, and I know it's a little bit different. Is there exploration within it?
Uh,
Like at all, like the little bits,
I
or
don't
no?
know. I couldn't tell you.
Oh yeah, you haven't played it
Yeah, you're
yet. My
fine.
bad, man.
And then Neo says Ninja Gaiden Black and Ninja Gaiden 2 are phenomenal. 3 is atrocious. Fair enough. But yeah, also, I'm going to start trying to do this segment as well to kind of go along with what we've been playing. This week, we got some video game releases real quick out here. Just for people to remember, if in case you didn't see these ones, I want to quickly go over which ones came out this week. So, Ambrosia Sky for PC came out. Fallout 4 Anniversary Edition came out. Into the Grid Early Access. I heard this game is actually pretty good. So if you want to check that out, that came out this week. Surviving Mars relaunch came out this week as well.
Oh shit! I love Surviving Mars
Yeah,
actually.
Broken Sword Shadow of the Templars Reforged came out this week for Switch 2. Goodnight Universe came out this week. I didn't realize it was also on PlayStation, Xbox, and Switch 2. That's actually interesting. Have you heard about this game?
Which
Goodnight
one?
Universe or Goodbye? Yeah.
No, I don't
So
think I have.
Goodnight Universe, I actually talked about, I think last week. It's a game where you get to play as a baby with psychedelic powers. And like you got to fight like government agencies and stuff like that. And if you get it on PC, and I wonder if it has integration too. If it has a camera, you have to actually make facial movements and stuff with the camera, and you got to do stuff like that as well. It got an
Okay,
8 from Game Informer over here, so it's actually been pretty good. Also, another game made by former Telltale devs, if you want to check that out too.
gotcha,
So I want to throw it
gotcha.
out there. Another game that came out this week, which I want to get myself eventually. Luminous Arise came out for PlayStation 5, VR, and PC. This game is made by the same people who made Tetris Effect, and people are saying like this is like the sequel to Tetris Effect. So if you really like Tetris Effect with the whole over-the-top soundtrack and everything else like that, highly recommend checking this out. I was listening to Dustin Furman today talk about it, and he said it's amazing. And 8.75 from Game Informer. seems like it's getting good reviews overall. So if you're looking for something that's more of a puzzler game with a good soundtrack, I've been talking about this game for months on past shows. So I would say definitely check this game out. Came out already this week, November 11th. NASCAR 25 for the PC players out there. It finally came out this week. Possessors came out this week as well for PlayStation 5 and PC. I haven't heard too much about this game. Personally, for me, I don't really know too much about it. But I know a lot of people have been saying that they were anticipated for this. It's another one of those Devolver Digital titles. So if you're
Okay.
interested, go check that out right now. It's been out, and I think it right now has a limited time sale on PC, I think for Steam. So if you want to save a little bit of money, it's not a super expensive game, but there you go. Rue Valley. I saw a review for this from ACG. I haven't watched it, so I have no idea what that is. But if you forgot about it, there you go. Check that out. Sacred 2 Remastered came out this week, which I didn't even realize that this game came out, to be honest with you. I heard that it was like coming out, but I completely forgot about it. But if you played this back in the day on PlayStation 2 or PlayStation 3 or Xbox 360, well, there's your remastered version of it. We got Deep Rock Galaxy Survivor coming out for iOS and Android, so now it's a phone version of it. Timeline, same thing for iOS and Android. Winterboro came out for Xbox One, Xbox Series X, Switch, and PC. Also available on Game Pass. This looks to be like another one of those cozy survival kind of farming like Sims, and you play as a mouse.
I like the art style, actually. I might check it out because it is on Game Pass.
Yeah,
isn't
so
it?
I'm gonna have my wife check it out. So I will come back with.
You call me, oh man. You call back. I'm gonna check out this game. Yeah, my wife.
No, I literally said like this falls into the
I'm just kidding,
category
man.
of games my wife plays. I've said this many times on other shows. So
Yeah.
I will get her a review of it next week. I'm going to force her to play it. It was this
awesome.
and dating sims, and I got to find the more weird dating sims. Anon 117 Pax Romana came out this on what was it today? Yesterday for PlayStation 5, Xbox, and PC.
Is that your type of RTS? It is an RTS.
Yeah, it's a management sim more, but I've never played any of
Okay.
these Anon games. I have one. I just haven't really sat down and got to it yet. But I heard they're good. From
Gotcha.
everything I hear they're really good.
Yeah.
Next up, we got the Alteria trilogies, the DX collection that came out this week on PlayStation 5, Switch 2, PlayStation 4, Switch, and PC. These are basically just updated versions of the Alteria series that came out last generation. So I actually have these coming physically, so I can't wait to get them. But that's about it. Giga Sword, PlayStation 5, Xbox, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, Switch, PC. That came out yesterday. Hitman Absolution for Switch came out yesterday. Inazuma 11, Victory Road. I have no idea what this is. It looks like a soccer game from what I can tell here. But it's a level 5 game, so it's made by the people who made like Ni no Kuni and everything. So if you haven't heard about this one, there you go. I'll go check it out. Renan Sports racing game, PlayStation 5, Xbox, PC. Siberia Remaster for Quest 3 came out yesterday. And for the Switch, Kiwami and Kiwami 2 came out yesterday as well. If you're looking forward to playing those games finally on the go, highly recommend them. Yakuza Kiwami 2 is kind of, I think, one of my favorite video games of all time. And then that came out today, Black Ops 7 for all platforms except Switch. Dragon Ball Sparking Zero came out today for Switch 2 and Switch. 2 games that I'm really highly recommend as well that came finally to the Xbox, and now they're on everything. Monster Hunter Stories and Monster Hunter Stories 2. And if you were watching last week, we showed off Monster Hunter Stories 3. So if you are an Xbox main and you haven't played these games yet, now is the perfect time to do it. I think they're having a sale right now where you could get both of them for $40 or just under $40. So if you have an Xbox and you're interested in playing these, I'd highly recommend checking them out now. Where the Winds Meet came out today for PlayStation 5 and PC. This game I heard has not been doing too well in terms of reviews, so go check it out. This is, I think, another one of those China Hero Project games from Sony, so your mileage may vary on that one. And then finally tomorrow, Escape from Tarkov 1.0 comes out on PC.
Finally, I guess. That's taken a while.
Yeah, so those are the games that came out this week, came out today, and we'll finish off the rest of the week. Let me know in the comments which one did you play, if you are looking forward to any of those, and so on and so forth. So definitely go check those out. Highly recommend it.
With Escape from Tarkov, as you mentioned, man, that took a while for that game to come to a 1.0 status. Wanted to make sure you weren't saying that took a while to go through the games. It was actually super interesting. But Tarkov, finally, how many years was that in beta?
Oh, fuck, I don't know. I wish Nasmer was still around. Like, he's disappeared and I miss him. But he could tell you that.
Me too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
it's isn't that Arc Raiders for hardcores? No, I'm just kidding.
I heard things about it. It's got me interested, but I have no friends, so that's the problem.
Aw, I'll be your friend, man. You're like, no, I'm good.
No, you're here, so good. Let's get back to some comments. Dispatch has a decent bit of gameplay to it. No exploration, but has dispatch game mode where you send out heroes. Yeah, and there's also like a hacking sim in there too, from everything I've been hearing about it. Like, they added more gameplay elements besides just point and click, walkie-talkie about feelings.
Okay.
Neo says, Winterboro is 6 to 8 hours. I'll play it since it's on Game Pass. And then he goes, Monster Hunter Stories Bundles is $60 on Xbox. Oh, well, I guess it was a pre-order thing because I bought it early. So
that's $6,000 Canadian. I'm screwed.
That's gonna have to get into the maids programs, and then
I'm gonna have to get that 50-year mortgage. Jesus.
Yeah, I said to some people, I'm like, as a homeowner, I always go like, yeah, it sounds bad, but after a certain point in time, it's like you should just be paying off your house like as quick as you can,
Yeah, get some equity. Get as much equity as you can, right?
All right. So that will take care of all the video game releases and stuff like that. Real quick, just to go over here for me, just to blow this up. These are my video game pickups for the week. We'll get them over with relatively quickly because I only have 3 this week, all right? So not too many. The first one I got is Gundam Seeds Battle Destiny Remastered for the Nintendo Switch. This was originally a PlayStation Vita game, and it's basically a Gundam kind of like brawler, RPG, stuff like that. Pretty interesting game. This was only released physically in Japan, so that's why everything is in Japanese. But I've been waiting for this one. This actually came out on my birthday, May 22nd, earlier this year, but was held up by VGP because I ordered another game, and then they messaged me and said, well, I don't think we're going to get that game. So they just finally shipped this out, so I got that this week. Next up, a very controversial game. I finally broke and got it used, though. And that's Ghost of Yotei for the PlayStation 5.
Oh! That's the only sale they had. You bought it?
No, so I went and bought it used, basically.
Oh,
yeah, because I like I said to people, I actually boycotted this game instead of paying for it because I definitely took offense to not just that one dev, but like the few other devs that like that post from Sucker Punch.
Absolutely, man. Don't support it if you're not into it.
So I canceled my faceplates. I got the Pro faceplates. I canceled those. I canceled the controller, and I canceled the game. Now that some time's passed, and it's getting to Game of the Year season, this game has been getting a lot of praise, so I finally found someone that's selling it for like $40 used. So I actually did pick it up and got it installed. It was 84 gigabytes. I was actually kind of impressed by that. Jesus. It was not over 100. So
yeah, that's good.
So I'm looking forward to playing this one. Sucker Punch still is my favorite Sony studio, and I really did enjoy Ghost of Tsushima. I enjoyed it so much I got the double platinum for it. So I'm looking forward to having some thoughts about this, and you'll probably hear more about it maybe next week once I finish up some other games and I get this one started.
I love a good Sony Studios game, man. We don't get them enough, and they've made, not to rant about them for too long, but they've made some piss poor decisions over the last 5 years. So much shit bungled or never happened. It kills me we never got a Last of Us 2 factions or the whatever their multiplayer was, because I love I don't know if I love the story of Last of Us. I'm like, okay, I'm cool with the story. But the gameplay, especially the second one, is probably some of my favorite gameplay that I've ever played. The stealth is amazing. The whole execution of everything is fantastic. But we're just not seeing much of that. But so I'm happy that Ghost came out and, it's doing well overall. And it seems like a good game. But I hope we see more of that from them. And we will, like Wolverine. That's coming out, and I'm sure they have other things
Right.
cooking. But all the multiplayer bundles, I think they probably learned from that.
Yeah, and Neo double plat. He's like double platinum. Yeah, the PS5 and the PS4 version. I got that. And then my last pickup this week is a game that I found and been trying to pick up for a while. And it was only $10, so I picked it up finally. Hellboy: The Science of Evil for the Xbox 360. No idea what the hell this game is, but it looks like one of these like really bad licensed games from that 360 era.
Oh my god, man, that's
So
hilarious.
I wanted to pick this up because I like getting these and seeing how good or bad they were. You never know what's a hidden gem.
Here's one for you that's really bad. Lost the game for Xbox 360.
Yeah.
Like based on the show, and they have like not the same actors for most of it. It just sounds so shitty.
Yeah. Well, during the original Xbox days and the PS2 era, like they had like games for everything, like the Da Vinci Code, the Italian Job, Minority Report. They even had like really fun sequels that were like actual sequels, like Oogie Boogie's Revenge was like the sequel to Nightmare Before Christmas. So it's just like, they had like some very interesting IP that they decided to make video games out of. But I do know Lost is one of those games I need to eventually add to my collection because I'm trying to go for that master set of Xbox games. So that's for sure got to be one of them.
Awesome, I figured. Yeah. Lost via Domus, that's the name of it. You played the game before you watched the show. That's so funny.
Yeah, coming here.
It would be confusing.
That's funny.
I'll add one quick note here. Since we're talking about Lost, if you did enjoy the show or at least parts of it, watch the show From. That's filmed around from where I'm at, and it is so fucking good. It's a bunch of the former writers of it. It's spooky as fuck.
I can't wait to watch it. I've been meaning to rewatch that.
So good.
But getting to some game news real quick. Figured I'd share this for people who are, value hunters. If you are checking out and you got a Switch 2 or you're looking to buy someone with a Switch 2 a Christmas gift, Donkey Kong Bonanza for Switch 2 has been spotted on sale at Costco for under $40 because it is kind of getting towards Black Friday season and holiday shopping. So anyone out there who has a Switch 2 and you're interested in it, double check your Costco if you have a Costco membership, Costco app. See if they'll price match this at your local Costco if they have it. But double check, this will vary. So I wanted to throw that out there. Next up, we got a little bit more news for holiday stuff that's coming around. Let me see here. Is this it? No, that doesn't look like it. I gotta find it real quick. Ah, damn it! I just closed it. 1 second. Boomer.
Oh, good.
I'm boomering it. For some reason, you just click on the actual link, and then it's been closing on me today. I don't know what I've been doing.
It's the internet, man. It's the internet. It's the 5Gs.
Yeah, it's melted my fucking brain, I guess. I don't know. It's just been giving me the issues. Let me this is basically a cheap ass games post about more Black Friday sales. Here we go. So
is it this weekend or is it next weekend? We have a different Thanksgiving, so I'm like getting it mixed up.
It's in 2 weeks for us.
2 weeks?
So
okay.
Over here, Nintendo has some digital and looks like retail sales of their games. So if you're looking for some games, they're going to be at $30 because that's pretty much like the best Nintendo deal you're going to usually get. So here's a list of some of them. It looks like Wii Sports, Mario Odyssey, Paper Mario, Splatoon, Peach Showtime, Return, Zelda, Echoes of Wisdom, Luigi's Mansion 3, and Kirby Dreamland Deluxe and everything else like there. So go check those out if you're interested in some of those deals as well. So we'll also transition over to this one before we move on to our first real big story. everyone out there, they've released the PlayStation games for, I think, this month. So if you're looking to get into some cool games, GTA 5, Insurgency Sandstorm, Still Wakes the Deep, Pacific Drive,
Hell yeah.
Thank Goodness You're Here, and The Talos Principle 2. These are your PlayStation Plus games for the month of November. Highly recommend downloading these games. Pacific Drive is actually a pretty fun roguelike car simulator. And I think this is also free to play weekends for Grand Theft Auto 5 if you haven't played it already. Just, just check those.
If you haven't.
Just check those out if you have PlayStation Plus and you are trying to look for like the most value out of it. These are the games I would recommend downloading, especially Still Wakes the Deep and Pacific Drive. These games are really damn good.
I love Still Wakes the Deep. I just started Pacific Drive like last week, funny enough. I only played maybe 30 minutes and I had to go do something else. But I definitely played a lot more Still Wakes the Deep. I don't beat games at that frequency that you do. You're like a fucking machine Pac-Man.
Trying to. Yeah, between my like I said, between work and all this stuff, you got to try.
Oh, dude, you're killing it. You're
trying
killing it.
But yeah, this is also going to segue to because this kind of ties in directly in with it. Red Dead Redemption has been released on, or it's going to release next month, December 2nd, on Xbox Series X and S, Switch 2, iOS, Android, Netflix, and PS5 as well. And it's also going to be coming to PlayStation Plus as well next month as part of their games as well. They've already announced that Red Dead Redemption will be part of that deal too. So if you're interested in finally playing Red Dead Redemption, if you haven't played the remaster, it says over here too all this other information. Red Dead Redemption as well as the Undead Nightmares is coming to next generation. And also if you have the Xbox 360 version, you will be part of that upgrade as well if you own it digitally.
Finally, there's parity.
Yeah. So basically, everyone, this is the big deal of the day here. So if you have it, you own it, and you have some backwards compatibility with it, like myself, I'm looking forward to getting that too. So it's going to be really fun. And then we got Mr. Pop Culture Mechanic joining us. Says Guten Tag, der Karl und McDiesel.
Hello.
So, McDizzle, you're the rock star kind of guy. Why don't you add some more 2 cents to this, shall we?
Oh, I've got a lot of sense to add to this.
Let's hear it.
So, I think it's one thing that I think is fascinating is if you rewind a few years ago, there would have been such less availability of Red Dead Redemption 1. It would have really, the best version would have been on Xbox. Otherwise, you would need a PS3 to play it. There was no PC release. Then they did the PC release, the PS4 version, which of course played on PS5. And now Red Dead Redemption is available in your fucking fridge. Or not in your fridge, but like everything. Played on, probably on Luna. I don't know if it's on Luna, but it's on a lot of places now. Like you can play Red Dead Redemption, and the same uniform version of it. In fact, you can play Red Dead Redemption in a lot more places. And, in some cases, some more modern technology than Red Dead Redemption 2, which is wild. There's only really a couple versions of Red Dead Redemption 2, which is, of course, your console versions for Xbox One, as well as PlayStation 4 and the PC version, which is currently the ultimate version, but you can't really enjoy online on it because it's insane. Modding's insane. You can't play online on PC and expect to have a good time. You can play Red M and shit like that in roleplay servers if you want.
Yeah.
It's great, but I'll be real with you. Rockstar is going to get real fucking rich. Is the language okay? Should I not swear?
Fuck, shit, piss, cunt. I don't care.
Okay, cool. Rockstar is going to get real rich with GTA 6. And there is, I think, a cost of creativity here. Like, I really hate seeing, as much as I'm happy to see Red Dead Redemption released in more places, it just feels like cash grab, even though it's free, and I'm trying not to be, at least I think most of the upgrades.
No, they're all free.
Yeah. That's what I figured. I'm curious what's going to happen with Red Dead 2. Will there be, if there's free upgrades?
Oh, no, they're going to fuck you in the ass on Red Dead 2.
That's exactly where my anger's come from. Yeah, because that's going to sell a lot more than Red Dead 1. I believe so anyway. Like a remastered version.
I think this is
And
prepping. Sorry to cut you off. I think this is prepping
yeah.
players for a Red Dead 2. If they do, like, say, for example, like a $10 upgrade charge or something like that, I
Yeah.
think I would be more okay with that.
Yeah,
But
same.
I feel like they're just going to re-release it. And maybe they won't do a full 70 and they'll just do like a $60 re-release and try to get you to buy it again with maybe a new DLC added on there or something. You never know.
I would pay for that. I'd love to have a new DLC for Red Dead or something like that. One thing that's I lost my train of thought there. So with Red Dead 2, we are probably gonna get fucked in the ass with it. And yeah, it said in the chat they are disgustingly rich. Red Dead Online, I'm curious what the future of that will be. Who friggin' knows? But it is sad because it is such a great game. And we haven't got single player DLC. They abandoned the online mode that was, other online games would dream to have the amount of online players the Rockstar had in Red Dead Online, although it may pale in comparison to GTA 5. There's still, thousands upon thousands of people playing Red Dead Online, more of them playing RP servers. And you know what? I'll tell you how Rockstar is going to really fuck people. Is when the next iteration of GTA Online comes out. I don't think there's going to be a way to play that, at least initially, without a subscription to GTA Plus. That's where I think they're going to fuck people.
I think they're just gonna make it $100. They're just gonna charge you $100 for it.
I don't know if it's going to be 100 or not. Wouldn't surprise me if it is. They could do both. Greedy motherfuckers. Strauss Zelnick out there rubbing lotion on himself. I heard about this the other day and I was like, but that's I think that's a terrible. It just shows they're almost becoming what they ridiculed.
Oh, they did once they got rid of like Leslie and everyone else too.
Yeah. Leslie was probably a good one to get rid of, though.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. When they start getting rid of like all the people that were like,
yeah, because they are all gone almost, aren't they? Like the founders.
Yeah,
anyway.
they're all basically gone. I think both the Hauser brothers are gone now, right?
Sam's still there. He's still.
I didn't know if he left or not. That was the only one I wasn't sure.
Dan's the one that left.
I know Dan left, but I thought Sam left also recently too. But I didn't know.
It was another leader did. I know.
Yeah, that's probably where I'm getting mixed up with. But yeah, correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't the 360 version still have its online support too for Red Dead?
It does, and I'm thinking that's probably going to go away because those other versions of it is gone.
Yeah, they don't. And I didn't see anything here unless there's like a link I can go here.
No, I bet you it's going to be toast. There's going to be people being like, because if you go on there, there's still people playing like Red Dead Redemption 1 online.
Yeah, I'm like on the official site right now because that's a good question. What are they going to do with the online mode for the Xbox 360 version?
They're going to shut that They're going to shut that down. They're pretty bad for. I won't say they're bad for it. I can just think of one example off the top of my head, which is Max Payne 3 didn't last. How long did that last?
Oh, I couldn't tell you. I never played Max Payne 3.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
Oh, man. Have you played the Max Payne series?
I played the first one. I'm not too familiar with the lore of that one too.
The second one is probably one of the best games I've ever played. It's the bullet time is just so fluid. I hate playing outside of RTS games, which I love RTS games by the way too. But I love them on a mouse and keyboard. Same. I detest them on a controller. And but that's the only games I play on a mouse and keyboard, except until I started to play Max Payne, because I get it on Steam, and I'm like, oh, this really doesn't have controller support. And it was such a great experience. And if you haven't played Max Payne 3, it feels like a weird spin-off. And it showed Rockstar's kind of weakness sometimes in pacing and games that aren't open world, because a lot of people don't know Max Payne 3 was a financial disaster for Rockstar. They lost money. It caused Take-Two to slash their forecasted sales. It didn't do what expected. In fact, Max Payne 2 was also a financial failure. Max Payne 1 is the only one that really, at least in the short term, did really well. I'm sure over time, as the game's got a bit of a cult following, like Alan Wake as well, they did well. But yeah, I can't recommend that enough. Max Payne 3, the storytelling's really well, the presentation's really interesting. It's a very experimental Rockstar game. It's not like anything they usually do because it's not open world. Excuse me. One other thing to add, you asked about the the Hauser brothers. Yeah. Recently, there was a really cool interview with Dan Hauser by Lex Freeman. Yeah. And it went into Rockstar lore, and we don't get a lot of things like if you look at The Last of Us 2, for example, the remastered edition, which I think was a fantastic release because all the extra shit that it had that I found interesting, like the no return mode plus the deleted levels. I'm even interested in the commentary set. Like I find that stuff kind of interesting. You don't get that with Rockstar games ever. Like there's such a layer of kind of secrecy around the development for the most part. You don't see a lot of openness or kind of background information. It was really cool to get that from Dan Hauser. Like hearing the cut content from Red Dead 2. Did you know about this piece? Arthur Morgan was going to have a baby that died in Coulter to start the game, and they removed it.
No, I didn't listen to the interview yet. It's on the to-do list, but it's good. I also remember he was talking about the canceled PlayStation 3 game Agent too. Do you remember that one?
Hell yeah. I've got videos on that, digging deep into it, man, with my obsession with Rockstar that I had for a while.
Yeah, so I know that was talked about a little bit as well, but go check that out. Lex Freeman podcast, Dan Hauser. He also had on Todd Howard. So if you want to listen to two actually pretty good interviews with some video game devs, some icons of the industry, highly recommend checking those out. I listened to the Todd Howard one. I just haven't listened to the Dan one because I've been distracted.
It's the only Dan interview of all time, I think, that's on camera. If I'm not mistaken, like he's never done an on-camera interview. He's done a few written ones, very few, which is insane.
And we got a bot over here on Kick. Let's go ban him real quick. Ban! Be gone, thought. All right, cool. I'm going to go over to a couple more fun short stories real quick. First one we got is from the Hi-Fi Rush Twitter account. And it says, the Hi-Fi Rush just hit a new chord. Crafton will be stepping in as the new publisher today, and updates will roll out progressively to be, and so on and so forth. So right here, recently there was some news that the soundtrack was originally taken offline for a little bit. So that's for sure what's kind of going on with that is that just the new back-end stuff, they're just replacing Bethesda and everything else, and now it's going to be Crafton as like the new splash screen login and so on and so forth. Can't wait to hear more about Hi-Fi Rush in the future, especially what's going on with their physical games and stuff like that. Find that pretty interesting out there. Next up, we're going to start talking about the PlayStation news. So first up here, we got information that came out about the top-selling PlayStation games of all time for the PS5 from 2020 to October 4th of 2025. The list are as followed. Call of Duty Black Ops 6 is the best-selling game all time on the PlayStation 5, followed by Spider-Man 2, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, College Football 25, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3, Hogwarts Legacy, God of War Ragnarok, Spider-Man Miles Morales, and NBA 2K5 and 2K24. So this is kind of funny as hell because it's just Microsoft, Sony, Microsoft Electronics Art, Microsoft, Warner Brothers, Sony, Take-Two. McDizzle, what do you think about this list here?
I think it's going to change in November of next year. Probably by December when GTA 6 comes out. It'll probably shatter, I think, those records fairly quickly. I think, I can't believe Call of Duty Black Ops 6 sold what it did.
3 Call of Duty
I can't believe
around here.
I think that's insane. What I would love is a collection of Call of Duty games that are just like, 6 campaigns in it.
Yeah.
Just let me enjoy the fucking campaigns. That's the only part of Call of Duty I've enjoyed in a long time since, like, literally the Xbox 360 era.
Yeah, same.
but I've enjoyed the campaigns that I played. I've had fun with them, but it's tough to justify even the cost for those. Sports that not unexpected. College football is supposed to be really freaking good. Like I've heard that.
Yeah, I have too.
Ragnarok, look at that. Oh, Sweet Baby Inc. is making an appearance.
A lot of Sweet Baby
We got
Inc.
Ragnarok and Miles Morales.
No, Spider-Man 2. Spider-Man 2 doesn't surprise me how high it is, because I'm pretty sure Spider-Man, like the original, is probably one of the best-selling PlayStation 4 games of all time. Even though I was very disappointed with Spider-Man 2 in many aspects, it doesn't shock me that it is this high on the list, I would say.
No. If you had a PlayStation 5, you get Spider-Man 2. I don't want to say everyone does. Obviously, like, it has an appropriate attachment rate, but I think it was a really good show-off of the system at that snapshot when it came out.
It also had a limited edition console, which I did buy. So, like...
Of course you did.
It did help out with the sales of that as well, too. One game I was actually kind of shocked to see here, but at the same time I'm not, is Miles Morales is number 8 best-selling PlayStation game of all time. And I at first I was like, really, Miles Morales is on here? But it also was a PlayStation like launch title,
early launch title. Yeah, I was gonna say that.
And it did come bundled in with the remaster of Spider-Man for the PS4 as well, which I bought the bundle for the 2-for-1. I actually liked Miles Morales a lot more than Spider-Man 2, because I thought it was just a better game, even though it was super short.
Same. It was more compact, and super short doesn't mean, like, sometimes for me that means it's a better game.
Yeah.
It's almost sometimes like a movie you sit in and it's like, well, this could have ended 30 minutes ago.
Yeah. And like I said, I liked it. Hogwarts Legacy being on here, not shocking. It was the best-selling game of the year when it came out, so it definitely has legs. My wife and I definitely did like it. Did you ever play Hogwarts Legacy?
I've never watched a Harry Potter movie or read the books in my life. Like, I missed it. Like it kind of went by me. So I might play it at some point. I'm going to go in knowing nothing about it. I know Harry's a wizard. Didn't he live under a fucking stair?
Well, this has nothing to do with like the Harry Potter. It's basically a background story. You don't even have to be a fan. It'll teach you.
I should try it. It's on Game Pass, isn't it?
Yeah, it's really good, man. I was shocked. I'm not a Harry Potter fan, but I was shocked at how much I enjoyed it.
Same. I don't know anything about it. You know what I mean? I just think the books are not my thing.
Yeah.
Never really been. So, but no, you know what? What was I looking at? Miles Morales. I had a question. Was that a full price title on PS? No, well, I think because I remember it being cheaper.
Yeah, it was a lot cheaper.
Here's a surprising one. Modern Warfare 3, wasn't that recycled ass?
Yeah, but it's Call of Duty. People just buy Call of Duty, you know?
If I'm not mistaken, I remember it was like a lot of remix shit from 2. And it was pretty minimal. Like, imagine the amount of money they've made, though. You know, they released the 3rd highest selling game in 2022. Boom, next year, 5th highest selling. That's like ridiculous.
Yeah. One game on here I find very fun. God of War Ragnarok, the sequel to obviously the smash hit God of War 2018. I was very disappointed in this one when I originally played it, because it just felt like a step back as well. Like Spider-Man 2 and Ragnarok just felt like step backs. That's my big problem with them.
I found there was I can't speak to Ragnarok because I didn't play it. One thing I appreciated about Spider-Man 2, although I do agree there was plenty of parts of the game that were step back, it's almost like from a tech demo standpoint, it was really cool to see what the PS5 could do at the time, or at least that's how I felt.
I like one day I will sit down and I'll replay them and I'll do like a whole rant cast about it, because I have so many thoughts about Spider-Man 2 overall. Like, I feel like when people when we were talking like all this stuff about like, say, like a DEI agenda and stuff like that, Spider-Man 2 felt like it definitely got hit with that a lot. Versus Ragnarok, I'm like, these people are like, oh, this game's woke. I'm like, where's the woke? You know, it's like they're like, oh, they put a black woman in it. I'm like, that's it? Oh, well, that's not really too much of a complaint if you ask me. But yeah, the difference is it's like a lot of like the Sweet Baby Ink Detector stuff. Like, there were really only 2 games you could point to in my opinion, that were like the big problem.
Veilguard.
I don't even like everyone that told me about Veilguard. It was like there's like one character. That's it.
The Burv got me, and I know that's only a screenshot, but I was like, if they wouldn't have had that in there, I think they would have not gotten away with a lot more, but whatever they had would have been a lot more subtle.
Yeah.
That felt so performative.
Right. No, I agree with you. But like I said, if you're going to use that argument, then I say Inquisition was also woke by your standards too, you know?
Was it?
Oh, yeah.
That's fair. I never played Inquisition.
Oh, yeah. No.
I played all 3 Mass Effect games recently.
Yeah, no. If you play Inquisition, like you will understand what I mean by like when I say that game is like actually really woke. I haven't played Veilguard, so I can't compare, but like, yeah, there's more like to fit the definition of what these people will define as woke. Yeah. And like I've gotten into so many fights with these people because I know they're all fake fucking gamers and they don't really like want to like admit this. I'm like, no. Inquisition actually was woke, you know.
Oh, it was. Damage says I need to raise mine for a better mic. I have another mic here. Does it not sound good?
They sound fine on my end, but like I said, you get by with what you got, you know.
Oh yeah, I've got 2 of them though. I can. I might plug in my other one here in a sec.
But let's go read some of the comments because they're starting to stack up here. Mr. Nerdy Neo checks in and says, I have no interest in Hogwarts since I couldn't care less about Harry Potter franchise, so sure you're not alone, McDizzle. Neo, play it. It's a good game. It actually is a fun video game. You'll like it. Like, it actually makes the Harry Potter universe, like, fun. It has nothing to do with Harry Potter, so that's also why it's pretty good. Next up, we got Reply Guy, Ando saying Reply Guys, and Twitter will go on about how shit COD is, but that won't stop the normies from getting their fix. That is very true. It's like the mail service, Call of Duty. Rain, wind, snow, doesn't fucking matter. Yeah, it's like all 3 Mass Effect games. Yeah, he played the Mass Effect trilogy recently there, Neo. So, with that being said, when we're talking about Ragnarok and all this stuff, I actually have some data from the recent PlayStation financial reports that I would like to take a second here to read for you guys. This all came by way of Colin Moriarty's Sacred Symbols podcast. So I wrote this stuff down, and I kind of took the ones that I thought were interesting. Oh, we lost McDizzle for a second. There he is. Hello?
Hey, sorry about that. I'm back.
You're fine. But yeah, so here's some data that was released from the Q2 financial report. So let's go check this out here. The top 3 single-player games on PS5 of all time in terms of hours played are as followed. The first number 1 was Assassin's Creed Valhalla. Ironically enough, I don't think anyone saw that coming because I sure as hell didn't. Number 2 was God of War Ragnarok, and number 3 was Hogwarts Legacy. So those were the top PlayStation 5 single-player games. PlayStation made $7.19 billion, and that is up to 3.7%, or that's up $3 billion. And profits were, for this quarter, were $780 million, and that was down 13%. And the reason it was down 13% is because they lost $200 million off of the Bungie deal. That's what they were talking about with Destiny and everything else.
I bet you they did.
Yeah. So that was kind of like all the overall stuff that was kind of launched there for profit-wise. But overall, PlayStation has made a profit of $1.7 billion. So that was actually up overall for this year by 31% over last year. A couple other things, too, that I thought was interesting. It seems that PlayStation 4 has an active user base of close to 30 million players, which is actually kind of insane, if you really think about that. They're saying that PlayStation 5 is kind of midway through its life cycle right now, with an estimate of 84 million units shipped. So probably like roughly about like 83 million or 82 million are in the hands of actual consumers, and the other ones have been sold for retailers, obviously. The physical and digital split was pretty interesting. 72% of all sales on PlayStation were digital versus 28% of them are all physical.
Let's talk about that for a quick second because I find that super interesting and kind of shitty in some respects, because where does that end? Like when I say where does that end? Let's say 2 years from now, we're at what 72% digital right now. Does
Yeah.
that keep increasing to like 90%, 95? Kind of, like where is that happy medium gonna lie? Because if
I
you,
think it's gonna get like horrible. To be honest
I
with you.
think
Sorry
so
for cutting you off.
too. It's greed because just think of the cost savings. Obviously, there's storefront costs, but it's not the same as the retail, whatever the fucking word is. Like the the 50% that a company usually spends if they ship their product to a retail location that they may lose in packaging. It's much higher than storefronts. So that greed's gonna take over. Digital, they're gonna keep pushing and pushing digital, and lack of ownership too, which sucks, man. I hate not owning my digital stuff or being able to give it to a friend or sell it at a pawn shop for a crack. Just kidding.
Counterpoint. I will counterpoint here. So PlayStation right now, I guess they were saying has roughly about 7,500 video games on their storefront,
Yeah.
and I'd like to think when we look at these numbers here, a lot of these games are just digital only games, and they
Yeah.
don't cost that much. A lot of them, some of them are just, shovelware. If we eliminate the shovelware, it starts to still like even a lot of like the big titles that you look at are free to play games that don't have a physical thing too.
For
So
sure.
a lot of those are probably helping skew that number a lot more towards it as well. But at the end of the day, it's even starting to become very noticeable on platforms like Switch as well too, where I think just recently like it's 52% digital on Switch versus like 48%, and that's been just getting worse and worse every year. Obviously, we're seeing retailers just remove the physical game sections. I know that there was a big chain in the UK that got rid of their physical video game section. Over here in the Midwest, we got a chain called Meyer, and they basically have no physical games either. They've removed that completely as well. I don't know about Canada. How about Canada?
It's very similar. Like we have GameStop or EB Games. It's just been rebranded because that's like the
Yeah,
Canadian version of it. That still exists, but they've closed quite a few, at least in my area, in the last years.
yeah,
I can also say that there's drugstores that sold video games. They're in bargain bins right now, as they're kind of clearing those out.
yeah.
Walmart still has a section, but man, it's smaller
It's
as they
it's
renovate.
fucking pathetic than when we were kids. Yeah,
Oh yeah, man, I miss it. I like it's becoming so gaming's not becoming niche, but the physical collection is becoming niche. And if we look at things like other forms of media as a bit of a template,
hmm
like I used to collect so many DVDs,
yeah,
I don't anymore. You know, it's much easier just to stream, unfortunately. Uh,
yeah. That's the thing about convenience, right? It wins out.
well, here's the question, man. We're gonna get a PS6, I'm sure. What
hmm
does a PS7 look like? Are we going to see the end of consoles in about 10 years or really minimized? And the reason I think so, to think a little forward is I don't know how cloud gaming doesn't become the norm. I don't think it happens next year, but I think it's getting there like in the decade-ish space.
Well, I feel like we've already saw like Microsoft kind of take a step towards that, but even
Yeah.
before that, PC gaming completely abandoned, the physical space like forever ago. Like
Well,
even like when Skyrim originally came out, like even on PC, it was kind of like already starting to die out because you had to have like a disc, but they also forced you into having a Steam code.
yeah.
And I think we saw like the death of physical really hit the PC first,
Yeah.
and like we saw Steam basically become a de facto monopoly, and then like the other guys that are kind of like just there. Like I think last time I saw it was like 72% of all digital PC sales are Steam or something like that, some crazy
hmm
number.
You got Epic and GOG are probably like,
In the Windows Store,
yeah. Oh, yeah, the
yeah,
Windows Store. That's the thing, isn't it?
yeah, it still is, and it kind of helps with the branding of Microsoft doing that with Xbox and Game Pass. I think has helped it a little bit more.
But one thing that's kind of insane. I was just cruising on my TV the other day, and the
Mm-hmm.
Luna ad popped up. I'm like, we have a Prime membership. Let's see what we got. And I started playing Kingdom Come 2
Mm-hmm.
on my shitty TV. It took a few moments to launch up. It looked great. There was like little to no lag. I'm sure if I concentrated really hard, I would feel it.
Right.
But it's insane, man. And that's where I think gaming will eventually be accessed by a large percentage of people. I'm not saying the TVs, but that cloud idea.
I don't necessarily think gaming will be that way, but the all digital like future is basically here. We saw that with Microsoft do the all digital Xbox One,
Yeah.
and then like we
that
saw
was such a disaster when that happened. But
yeah, but it was like it was the precursor because then
yeah.
the next generation, what did we get? An all digital PlayStation 5 and a all digital Xbox at launch.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the future is here. I think video gamers were still rather just natively have a game.
Yeah.
Like on their thing. Like they will I think like Game Pass and stuff like that. Like gamers are fine with like renting a game.
Yeah.
Because I think we all kind of grew up with renting because we weren't all super
Absolutely.
rich. But there are the people out there who want to support the devs, who are super fans, who are like me, who will buy it multiple times at different things.
I want GTA 6. Like, I want a physical copy with a map. I want that cool shit. Like, I know the last physical game now, like, that I've really kind of enjoyed, like, what I've got was Cyberpunk, to be honest. I bought another physical game, don't get me wrong, but I'm definitely not a collector like you. But the stuff I got with Cyberpunk was great. The maps, postcards.
Yeah.
Like, so I don't want that shit. That shit will always be available, but I think it'll move to like special editions.
Oh, I have a different take from you.
Let's hear it.
I think I've been saying this for a while, and I'll repeat it again. I think the future of physical collecting is going to be reprints.
Huh. Yeah.
I honestly think like we're going to see a lot of these companies start to dig up old IPs and reprint games and put them in like a limited run games kind of format. Of like a bougie, like boutique kind of thing. It's like, oh, you want Rule of Rose? We'll reprint Rule of Rose for you, and we'll crash the collector's market and everything too, like that.
Man, start a business, dude.
I would. I've been trying to get the guy from Limited Run Games to come on my show to just talk about that. I've messaged him repeatedly, and he doesn't respond, and I just feel like this game's sad, bro. but like I would love to sit down and talk to someone. Like, how do you do all that stuff? Because I know Limited Run Games is like the butt of the joke, and rightfully and wrongfully sometimes. But it's like you got all these other things like Strictly Limited or VGP and stuff like that do reprints and stuff. And I would like to sit down and talk to somebody in the industry about this future and what they think. Because I really do think like as video games become, more and more, I guess you could say, push towards that digital future, there are going to be people out there like me who are also big physical collectors that I get more joy now going to a retro game store and finding like the shittiest video game in the world and adding it to my collection and go like, oh, this is a novelty. Let's pick this up. It's like the Spice World game for the PS1 I have. I'm like, why do I even have this game? It's just like it's like a perfect time capsule. It's like that scene in Deadpool when he's talking about like Wham. It's like that's how I feel. It's like got Spice World the game.
Oh my god! Because I lost via Domus, man.
Yeah, but it's just like I do feel like there might be a market for that in the future. Because there's like this dedicated thing of like retro collectors who don't want emulation per se.
Yeah.
And they want to have like that tactile feel. Like you see what's going on with like the Analog Pocket and the N64 analog that just finally is starting to get out to people. You see things like have you ever heard of a Retro Tinks?
No.
So a Retro Tinks is basically a upscaler for your hardware that will upscale it. Some models do 1080p and some models do 4K.
Gotcha.
And it like you just plug in those RVC cables into the back of it, and it just upreses every one of your games to that, like your PS2 and stuff. Like I actually have one for my GameCube. I forget what it's called, but it does upscale all my GameCube games to like 1080p, 720p. And there's a button that you press on it, and it will smooth out the edges.
Oh, that's cool.
so the polygons aren't as rough. Like, there's a lot of cool tech out there. And like people, if you follow like someone like Metal Jesus Rocks on YouTube, like he'll show you all this stuff. I highly recommend go check out Metal Jesus Rocks if you haven't and you're a big physical game collector, because that kind of guy is where I learn a bunch of this stuff. It's really cool. Or like Modern Vintage Gamer and stuff like that. Like there's a lot of cool people out there for you to learn all this stuff.
I have a question for you, Carl.
Sure.
Out of this list of games here,
Yes.
what game isn't there that you think that you were surprised about?
What game isn't here that I'm surprised isn't on here?
Yeah.
To be honest with you, I'm surprised there's no FIFA. But I think this is only for USA, so that doesn't surprise me.
Oh, yeah, no, that makes sense. I'm surprised no
Yeah.
wrestling. I'm surprised the WWE title didn't make it, but they're kind of ass right now.
Yeah, they're kind of ass. I mean, the next one I would say was like Madden.
Yeah.
I'm surprised Madden isn't on here, but college football kind of came back, so there was a lot more hype behind that one. And
No Suicide Squad.
I'm not shocked by that one. I'm going to be honest here.
No.
Helldivers. I'm surprised Helldivers
You know what?
isn't on here, to be honest with you.
Actually, yeah, you're right. Is there, outside of the Call of Duty games, is there any other multiplayer games? Well, I mean, the sports ones, I suppose.
To be honest with you, this is for selling, so obviously, like, the big ones can't be on here, like Warzone or Fortnite and stuff like that.
Oh, you
So,
know
like,
what?
Yeah.
I know why Helldivers isn't on there. It's ranked on dollar sales. Sorry to cut you off there.
No, you're fine.
Helldivers wasn't a full price game.
Neither was Miles Morales, though.
No, you're right. You're right.
Yeah.
But I think the length of time, as you mentioned, probably helped that one.
Yeah, so like I said, it's like I figured Helldivers would be higher on here, but none of these surprised me. I bet you if we look at like if we had like the top 20, it would probably be like Madden's, MLB the Show not being on here. Like I could see that one, but like I said, it's about popularity too.
Yeah.
So like I'm not surprised by some of these.
All but one of these games, like, you know, with the exception of the sports ones, is a sequel of some sort. Like
exactly.
Hogwarts Legacy is the only thing that's an original, you know, it's a license, but it's the only one that has is a first of its game.
Right. You know what? I want to add one on here. That is a very glaring one. Because this game is the industry plant, if you ask me. No Horizon Forbidden West.
Oh, yeah.
No Horizon Forbidden West. And that was the one that, like, if you look at everything, it sold like 25 million units on PS4 and PC combined on some of these lists. But the sequel, nowhere on the top 10. And that's where I said, if this was like the top 20, I'd be very curious to see if that even made the top 20. Because, like I said, all the PS4 games, the sequels that came to PS5, I was so disappointed with all of them. I liked Horizon Zero Dawn for the gameplay. The story was fucking retarded. I'm sorry. Anyone who likes that story, I want to sit down and ask you why. But the sequel, the story got even more retarded, and I'm like, I'm just out. You know,
it never resonated with me, man. I tried to play even the first Horizon, and I just couldn't get into it.
Yeah.
I don't know, the whole mythos, all the shit just didn't appeal to me. I tried. I like the idea of it.
Yeah, so did I. I like the idea. I hated their finished product of a story.
I had a better time with Forspoken than I did Horizon. I'm not saying it's a better game. Don't get me wrong, but I had a better time.
Now, counterpoint: did you play Horizon when it was stuck at 30, or did you play it when it got the 60 boost?
I probably would have played it when it was stuck at 30.
Yeah. See, I had the same thing. Once it got that 60 boost, it became a lot better to play.
That's good, man.
So I think that also does help. But moving on, I got a little bit more for the PlayStation stuff. If you want to hear some more stuff. All right, so they have roughly 119 million active users on their platform. This one will actually surprise you. Live service made up 40% of all their first-party revenue.
How much of that was Helldivers 2?
Well, Helldivers 2, MLB The Show, Gran Turismo. Like that's all the live service games right there. You got.
I think the thing that drives me nuts is them like the amount of profit that gets attached to live service. It just feels like such a money pit. I really do miss it. And to get a little nostalgic here, when multiplayer was just an add-on, like versus like a whole robust experience. And I used the WWE games as an example. Like I've done the WWE games for probably 15 years, 20 years, like every year. and to see the additions of like just modes that are designed to take money, that might be kind of fun if they were redesigned not to take money. Just pisses me off, man.
Yeah. Next up, a couple more things. Helldivers is doing very well on Xbox and has actually boosted the sales on PlayStation and PC after its launch.
Nice.
1/3 of all PS5s are sold in the United States.
America. Yeah.
Yep,
Makes sense.
and they're working to help make more of the PlayStation products in the United States to get around tariffs, they're saying. But they've also acknowledged that the tariffs have made no real big impact to their bottom line as well. And one other funny fact here, there's basically a funny little PS3 note here. There might be roughly 2 to 3 million people who still just only play the PS3.
You know what? A little while ago, I worked with a guy that still only played that. He played an old Battlefield, and he was still playing online. Was it Battlefield? I don't know what the fuck. It was a war game. He was still playing online, and just as of a few years ago. And it's insane. It's insane. But I don't want to think it's insane. Everyone's gonna have has a different level of gamer in them, right? Some people are hardcore. Some people are middle core. Some people just like what they like. I'll still boot up Rise of Nations and play that for like hours.
Yeah, no, I feel I still play Rome Total War, the 2005 version from time to time. I could get lost in a loop of that. Ando, just to kind of clarify, yeah, it's still supposed to be stuck here because all this stuff is in the Sony financial report, and I got all that information from the Sacred Symbols podcast, so I wrote it all down. But if you check the link in this YouTube video in the bios, there's links to all the stuff that we'll be checking out, articles and stuff like that we are referencing. So if you actually want to look up the Sony financial report, you're on your own. That's actually linked in the description of this video as well. Speaking of, we got to bring up Mr. Neo's here. They lost 400 million on Concord with the laughing emoji. Speaking of Concord, we actually do have a update.
It's back, isn't it?
Yes, Sony Concord is playable again thanks to a fan-made custom server. So there you go. For all the people who still somehow have Concord installed in some way, shape, or form, you could go check it out. And
only on PC, right?
I think so. So if you're still one of those lucky few, I think I might have linked this one into the description, but you can look this up for yourself. Don't really want to spend too much time on this one, but I thought it was a pretty funny story nonetheless to talk about.
I have a question for you, man. So much time after this is launched, they lost so much money. Shitty game, questionably a shitty game. I never played it. I heard the minute-to-minute gameplay was all right with ugly-ass character designs.
Yeah.
Did they make the right decision just to burn it and waste that money, or should they have stuck it out? Would have made a tangible difference if they did to their bottom line. I don't know. I don't think they could have increased the player counts or made money, but I don't know, man. What do you think?
I feel like they just did this to get the tax write-off and said the money, the sunken cost was just not worth trying to save it.
Yeah, I don't think there's a way. And there's another game like that right now with a lower budget. Firebreak, FBC.
Yeah.
Probably, one of the most overshadowed, unfortunate, it's going to be a failure to remedy. They've said so in their own financials.
Yeah, I talked about that last week or the week prior.
I've got over 100 hours in it for whatever fucking sadistic reason. Because I actually do enjoy that minute-to-minute gameplay, and they've made a lot of improvements. And I've been curious to see how it's moved the needle. Not much. They could do all the things, and I don't think it's going to make a fucking difference.
No, definitely won't.
To the end result. Although the end result is, I will say, the game has a cool update coming this month, and like an endless rogue type mode. So I'm curious what's going to come with that.
Yeah, we'll see. Definitely when that comes out. But I wanted to play it, but like I said, it's just trying to find people to play games now. It's been rough.
I'll play Firebreak with you, man. Add me to Xbox, dude.
Yeah, well, we'll talk more about that after the show.
Yeah.
The funny thing here is, Ando goes, all the games lost to time, and we somehow get Concord to come back.
Yeah.
Counterpoint, Concord came back before Grum's even released his video game. That's another funny part to think about.
Concord died, started development, died, came back. That shit's funny.
Yeah. Shout out to Grumps. You're a piece
Shout
of
out to Grubs, you fucking loser.
shit.
Yeah, fucking loser.
But yeah, that's all the PlayStation news I kind of got for myself here. Let's go on to a little bit more Microsoft news. Well, I'll save a little bit of the Steam stuff for last here, but the first one, well, let's go with break up some news a little bit here, actually. First one that I want to bring up, where did it go? I just had it right here. Let's go with a little fun one here. For people out there who are fans of Mick Gordon, he just posted this today. It's actually very loud. So, Mick Gordon's going to be doing some performance at the Free Fire Sport Award or something like that. So, I know a lot of people are huge fans of Mick Gordon and his work, his musical talent. So, if you want to go check that out, wanted to leave that there for you to go look at. Go look it up on Twitter, Mick Gordon on Twitter.
Nice. Do you have any musical talent, Carl? Do you play any instruments?
No.
Nice.
I have been blessed with a quick wit and gab, but I have no creative artistic skills whatsoever.
Right.
My wife does all the editing to my videos, by the way.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. I like music. I like the art form and everything else like that. Of obviously, this is why I do this stuff to try to get more people aware of and become fans of stuff I like. You know.
Yeah.
And I do want to try to change the mentality of, the conversation around games. Because it feels like on Twitter, and I kind of had this today, where it's just like, oh, we see like 12 seconds of a thing on Twitter, and then everyone makes these like insane, grandiose like diatribes about 12 seconds.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's such a disingenuous, way to talk about an art form that is video games,
And it's ridiculous, man. You just got to laugh at people, show them how ridiculous they are. The funny thing is happening where, they're getting called out and having to have conversations and hear out loud how fucking ridiculous they sound.
Yeah.
It's hilarious. We all get to benefit. We all get to benefit from it.
and I've been trying to do that. I don't like to talk about the drama so much. I will here and there. I don't hide like my politics, my feelings, or anything else. Yeah. I just stand by what I stand by.
What drama, Carl? What drama? There ain't no drama.
Well, I try to stay out of it on my show. That's what
fair.
I don't. There's like 7,000 other people that will tell you everything sucks. Go watch them if that's what you're looking for.
Exactly, man. It's like when I stream, I play video games. Like I enjoy doing that. I've got a few people that have come to my channel for years, and I love hanging out with them and playing video games. Mm-hmm. We have a lot of common interest. I don't want to go online for the most part and just bitch and complain or talk conspiracy theory shit with some of the dumbest people that have ever fucking existed.
But I'm gonna keep on this. Like TLDR, if you want more of my autism, just go on Twitter. That's where. That's just go there. That's where I like to fight these people. But
do overall, a search for the word cuck and Carl.
Yes.
I love it.
I love throwing it around. But like at the end of the day, it's just like when I want to talk about video games, I feel like there's just so much to talk about this art form.
Honestly, man, I agree. Like we've been yapping for like a while, and I'm sure we haven't gotten very far in what you intend to go over because it's interesting shit to talk about.
Actually, we got over a lot of it, to be honest with you.
Nice.
Yeah, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We got through half of the tabs I had open.
That's awesome, man. That's awesome.
Yeah, but like I just want to show people like there are still great things. Like we still are in an amazing time for video games. Like there's so much choice. There's so much freedom. There's so many cool things. Like we're talking about games like, Expedition 33. We're talking about games like Hades 2 and all that stuff that came out this year that are just amazing. And this is like where I'm going to segue over to my next one. And the link for this is actually in the description of this video as well. But Game Informer has the Reader Game of the Year Awards linked over there too. So this is in the actual
My
description
game of the
the
year.
video.
That's my game of the year right there, Kingdom Come 2. It really is. Again, I didn't beat Expedition 33, but I'm pretty damn close. The battles, I didn't want to change the difficulty, and I'm like, I can't invest the time in some of these battles. I'm
Yeah.
going to do something, but I'm close to the end. I thought it was a very, very good RPG, probably one of the best RPGs I've played, both from like a story, acting perspective. But KCD 2, man, it's almost in that Red Dead 2, that snapshot of when that came out. I feel the same way, and it just hits with me, the immersion. I can be a blacksmith. It feels so realistic. I can get drunk, get in a fight, watch other people get in a fight in a town.
Have gay sex with your best friend.
You can if you hit them buttons.
It's so realistic, right?
Yeah, maybe I'll rail Hans. I haven't got to that option yet.
Don't worry. There was a lot of people who hate gays that did it for you.
Oh, I know.
Yeah, they hated the gays so much that they made themselves gay to prove a point.
they need to get the screenshots of it.
No, I know. Like, in all seriousness, I'm joking about that because it was controversy about that earlier this year, which was retarded. But on top of that, too, the Warhorse Studios just announced that they sold 4 million copies of that game already.
I'm surprised it's not more. And it will, like Kingdom Come 2, 1, I'm sure it'll continue to sell. Like, it will age very well. Because it's just so good.
Yeah.
Have you played through the first and second one?
I have not, because the problem is, like, I own these games and I've dabbled in them, but I'm also one of those guys where it's like, if I'm not feeling it, I have to stop.
Yeah.
So, like, I got to be, like, invested.
It feels like work sometimes. Like, the first one felt a bit like work. The second one, they've really refined it. It doesn't feel quite as much.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, definitely my game of the year. I'm probably going to pick up that DLC tonight, which is the final DLC of the game. I don't know if it's the end of Henry's story, but again, it's an example of a sequel. Where I was mentioning about, like, I'd love to see The Outer Worlds 3, just because they've done such a fantastic job with world building.
Yeah.
They've done the same thing. And you mentioned about the people being upset about the gay sex and the black dude. One reason it's so funny is because during, like, the early Gamergate time, Daniel's the I don't know if he's the CEO, but the lead dude, Daniel Vavra, is a pretty outspoken conservative dude from Eastern Europe.
Yeah.
The pretty common thing, right? And he's against censorship. And I'm pretty sure he saw through these fucking idiots pretty quickly when they were discussing his game and kind of, the pedophilic fucking comments, man.
That was so stupid. That was like that. I was like, you're trying too hard.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. For like 2 seconds, I'm like, "What the fuck's going on?" I need to take a look, make sure I'm not going crazy. But that's how long it took. 2 seconds.
Well, it's like I said. It's just like my personal game of the year so far, and I still stand by that. It's still been Split Fiction.
I've got to play that, man.
I've offered it to anyone who wants to try it out. I'm
a humble man.
One person to play the game. I have ran into so many fucking people in so many Discord groups go like, yeah, man, I want to play that game, but I need someone to play with. And I'm like, I'll play it with you. It's cross-play. You don't need to own the game. You just need to download the fucking friend pass and just make some time. I will play with anyone. That game is amazing. Like, It Takes Two won Game of the Year. I think this game should win Game of the Year because it's way fucking better.
Why do you love it?
It Takes Two. So me and Neo, who, if he's still in the chat, him and me played it this year, and it's just so good. It does all these different video game genres. They have a really cool puzzle system. The sound design's amazing. The graphics are good, and it has a fucking really good story. Like, no joke about that at all. This game has got a absolute, like, really well written, really thought out, clever storyline, and there was a lot of twists and turns in it that, like, I wouldn't say like you didn't see them coming, but like you still like see it coming, like you still don't see it coming. That's what I meant to say. And like the end of the game is just so frantic and chaotic and insane. Like, the best way to say it is like they're two writers. That's like the whole gist of it. This isn't like a spoiler. This is all stuff that they used in advertising. And the way they do all these short stories as like levels is amazing.
They did a really good job with it.
Yes. I did like a kind of spoiler cast with Neo, but like there's this one level where it's like a giant black hole level, or not black hole, like a star that's about to go supernova. and I don't want to spoil it, but like it is so good, and just like the old saying is like jack of all trades, master of none. This is a game that does a lot of different type of video game genres in it, and they are so good, clean, precise that if they actually sat down and said like, okay, we're going to flush this into a full-fledged game story, I think they would make like at least 10 to 15 just single player games alone off of that could be really damn good.
That's really cool, man. I do like when games kind of subvert the genres and kind of have a little cross section of them. I'm not sure. I maybe Ron, did you play Indica?
No, I own it, but no, I haven't played it.
That's a good example of it. I'm not going to give you spoilers because it's even part of the game.
Well, sorry, go on.
But yeah, no, that's all I got on that.
Well, it's like there's so many good like video games out here. Like I always tell people, I'm like, go play Slay the Princess. Go check out 1,000 times Resist and stuff like that. Go try some of these smaller, like more interesting, like unique kind of games. You know?
Yeah, it's fun to curate games for people, man. People that you kind of know what they might like, and be like, hey, yeah, check out this. Like I know what I like, which is a lot of single player, great story, sci-fi. That's kind of where I'm at right now, man. With only so much time, as you know, like I'm sure your to be played list is fucking ridiculous.
No, I'm gonna die before I play it all. I know.
It's so tough, man, and it's tough to prioritize what's best. I don't know what I'm gonna get into though after Outer Worlds 2 because I've got to be almost done that. Kingdom Come 2, but I do think Arc Raiders is something I may invest in because
that Indiana Jones, I would say play the Indiana Jones.
I have.
If you haven't. That's a good one.
I haven't done the DLC yet though.
I would say check out Ninja Gaiden 4. That's also a really fun one. If you want like a nice little power fantasy kind of game and a break from all these other games, I'd check that out, man. It's great. Nice, I'm having fun with it. But like as I said before, Game of the Year voter choice awards right here. Go let your name and voice be heard. Link to it is in the description of this YouTube video. Highly recommend checking it out if you like to go and vote on things and just kind of talk about that.
I have a question, Carl.
Sure. I'm going to bring up next story right now, but go ahead.
Just because it's mentioned Game of the Year. I know we have the Game Awards coming up. Is there anything that you're excited that you might see there?
I'm going to break down that on Monday, actually. Okay. So I'm going to do a live stream on Monday. If you're free on Monday, if you want to join for that one, sure. You can come
Maybe. We'll talk.
Yeah, because I'm going to break down more of that. I'm just more curious to see like what the categories and what gets nominated and what games I haven't heard about. Beyond that, I think it's pretty chalk this year, like easily what's probably going to be. I could probably tell you right now without even trying. You know, like I don't think there's going to be any surprise. I think Silk Song's going to take up a spot. Hades 2 is going to take up a spot. Claire Obscura Expedition 33 is going to take up a spot. I think Split Fiction will get a spot. How many do they usually do? 6? I think they usually do 6. Death Stranding 2 is going to take up a spot, and that's the only one.
No KCD 2.
That's the wild card. I don't know what this last one is, the 6th one. Like that's the hard one because like it's going to come down to basically a lot of luck because
it was a great year.
It was a great year. Like you can make an argument to me that Ghost of Yotei will be on there. Indiana Jones might be on there. Because technically Indiana Jones qualifies. Yes. Yeah. And, I think Donkey Kong Bonanza, like that has a strong chance of making it there too. And Kingdom Come. So like, it's going to come down to like that 6th spot. But I mark my words, the first 5 games I've said, I 100% are just going to be on there. I don't have any doubts about that. Silk Song was the most anticipated game of the year. Claire Obscura has been the most shocking surprise of the year. So like that one is going to take up a lot of spots. Death Stranding 2, of course, Keely's going to make sure his ass slave is going to get a spot. That's just my personal opinion. It's like if Death Stranding got a spot, Death Stranding 2, which was received much better, is going to get a spot.
I hope we get a 40-minute speech from Hideo Kojima.
Yeah. Hades 2, I think, is the highest rated game of the year so far.
Yeah, it didn't look interesting to me. Maybe I have to give it a try. I don't know.
Did you play Hades 1?
No.
Yeah. If Hades 1 was great, and Hades 1 was
Was it?
nominated for Game of the Year too that year it came out. And I think it's going to be really good too. For like just like a safe, easy pick right there. Because a lot of people love it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what I was saying.
I loved it too. Like when I was playing it in early access, that game's really great. So I say Hades 2, Clair Obscura, Silk Song, Death Stranding 2. There was one more. Oh, Split Fiction. Split Fiction gets on there easily because, Joseph Ferris made another banger. And I think a lot of people forget that it was one of those really well talked about games earlier in the year too.
Yeah.
And it just kind of got forgotten about a little bit. But those 5, I think, easily good to go. No problems, no questions.
I think that's pretty accurate. The only thing I'm hoping for, man, I think we talked about it earlier, but I need to see those Max Payne trailers. I need to see those, man.
Maybe.
Ooh, I hope so. It's getting time. It's getting time. I mean, it's been in production for at least a bit, and I know they usually or Remedy often does something. And they're not going to be like Firebreak update now.
Yeah. But yeah, Ando says it right here, man. Hades is a game you have to see in motion to be sold on it. Screenshots and the animated trailers don't really do it. I'm not gonna lie, dude. Hades 1 was one of those games. I like Supergiant. I like all their games from Transistor.
I like Transistor actually a lot. I remember that game.
So
Redhead chick, right? Is that the one I'm thinking of? Redhead?
Yeah.
Okay.
But like, if you like those games, this Hades was their latest one, and I think it's like the perfection of the formula.
See, I didn't play anything but Transistor. Are there other games in that similar style?
Bastion was their first game.
Okay.
I forget what their third one is. There was one that was not as good. Transistor was okay, but then there was like another one that was like in between, or like that came out after Transistor that was not as good. But Hades was Game of the Year material when it came out, and I think 2019 it actually was nominated and won some awards from some people. That game is really fucking good, especially if you like Greek mythology. Like, they did a really good job with that game. I love the art style. I'm a sucker for the type of like cell shade art style.
Yeah.
Really tough, really fun. And Hades 2 like evolves that formula, and it's really damn good.
You know what's funny, Carl? And we both like video games, but I do see there's an artistic difference there. When you mentioned about cell shaded art style,
yeah,
you could take me into a room and ask me one type of art style I don't like, and it would be cell shaded.
No, that's fair, but I'm like I tell people all the time, like the type of art style I love in video games. I'm a Tim Burton kind of guy. I like the weird gothic, like messed up, kind of like weird looking, creepy art style. I'm like one of the like most like lighthearted, but I have like if like I could live the dream, I would be just like dressed like a goth person, being all cheery in a graveyard kind of person, you know?
That's a good time, man. That's a good time.
Yeah, but I like all that spooky stuff. I like all the like I watch like the shitty ghost story like garbage TV shows. That's my real.
Hey, I like those, man.
Dude, I love making fun of Zach Baggins. I just go like,
that fucking guy.
I hate that guy so much. Yeah, Pyre. That's it. Thank you. I couldn't remember Pyre.
Yeah, like for whatever reason, the first time I think it was a Zelda game. That the first time I really noticed cell shading, like maybe N64. Am I going crazy? Mm-hmm. I think so, and ever since then I hated it. I wish I didn't. When I see a game with cell shading, I think it ruined the Dragon Quest games for me. So much. Because, dude, I love Dragon Warrior. Like 1 through 5 were amongst my favorite RPGs, especially 4. I loved it so much. And when Dragon Warrior, I think Dragon Warrior went downhill for me when cell shading was introduced.
But yeah, that's just like my artistic style there. I just like that's cartoony style a little bit. One thing too, just this is a quick story. Link to this article is
Wind Waker. Yes, below. Okay, that's what it was.
Yeah, but Capcom, like apparently Pragmata, the game that we've been waiting for to hear more about, finally got listed for rating under South Korea's rating board. So kind of just like everything you find out when something gets rated in Korea, it's basically coming
Yeah.
soon. Also, another game that just got rated 2 that I saw earlier isn't included in this article, but the next Suda 51 game, Romeo is Dead, that also got just rated recently too, so I'm looking forward to that one as well. So that is it for that one.
Here's a game question, Carl. Do you what is this game? The modern. The names escape me. It got delayed, I think indefinitely. I'm not sure if there's an update. Kingsmaker, that's what it is.
I haven't heard too much about that one, but yeah, the one where you can shoot people like with guns in like medieval times.
Yeah, like it was supposed to release like real soon. If not, the date's already passed, and they delayed it indefinitely at the last minute.
You know what? We'll find out more. I haven't heard about that. My friend Zero would know more about that.
It looks cool,
but hopefully it's not the same situation as the Celeste devs. They released a game. I forget what it was called, but it got canceled because the studio fell apart. You know what video game Celeste is, right?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, their next game was really highly anticipated. And then I guess all 3 of the devs had started to fight each other, and then they disbanded the studio and canceled the game.
Oh my god!
So I hope that doesn't happen.
Drama.
All right, I'll leave this on to you. Do you want to do Microsoft news, or do you want to do the Reggie interview first?
Let's do the Reggie interview.
All right, I got a. This one is comes from the Game Business Show. Link to the full interview is in the description. But we're going to be going to Reggie's thought about the console war. And it's roughly about a 7-minute clip. So if you want to watch the rest of this interview after that, link to the description is in the video section. And we're going to play this one and hear former Nintendo boss Reggie Fils-Aimé's thought about the console war when he's asked this question.
GameStop, who I know you had a brief dealings with, they declared the console war is over on social media. Do you agree?
Yeah, it was a good gimmick for them to do. Look, I do think that the years of direct competition, I think those times are done. And part of it is that, with a large part now of, the Xbox business being publishing, by definition, they're a big third-party publisher that also makes some hardware.
Yeah.
And so from that standpoint, they are no longer directly competing with Sony PlayStation business. And in fact, they need support from Sony, I think, for their software, for Microsoft software to reach the largest audience. Mm-hmm. And as I said earlier, I think it would be in their best interest to find ways for Xbox software beyond Minecraft to make its way onto the Nintendo platform.
Yeah.
So from that standpoint, direct warfare is over. But on the other hand, gamers out there have limited budgets, whether they're older gamers like us or younger gamers like our kids, and so from that standpoint, for every dollar spent, you need to win for every minute spent playing. And so from that standpoint, there's always going to be a war going on. It may be below the surface, but there's always going to be a battle for attention and for mindshare.
Yeah.
So when I'm listening to this part, when he's talking about the console war stuff, when he mentions there's always going to be a battle for attention and mindshare, this is such a thing that I think a lot of people who talk about gaming, who talk about, who cover it, just don't understand, even though all these CEOs have been saying it to them for a decade now. Even mm-hmm. Sean Layden, Phil Spencer, Matt Booty, you always we've seen them on Twitter. They we'll see even some of our friends, they'll get snarky and they'll be like, well, how come they're saying that they gotta compete with TikTok? That's so fucking stupid. Mm-hmm. And then it's just you don't understand. It's just you only have so much time in a day. 24-hour clock, all right? You got 24 hours. And then it's kind of split up into that whole like 8 hours of like work, 8 hours of like leisure, 8 hours to nap and play, go to sleep and rest, all right? What you have in the game industry is that you're always going to be competing for attention, even amongst your own first party lineups. All right, that's just the truth. At the end of the day, you only have so much time to devote to a video game. And if it's a live service game that you really love and you sink all your time into it, guess what? There are thousands of other games that are never going to get played if you invest over 100 hours into a video game. That's just the truth, right?
Mm-hmm.
So would you like to add more onto that, McDizzle?
I would think that, yeah, I'd agree with you. I'm sorry, Carl. I was eating some cookies and I just about choked and missed part of that as I was just muted here. I'm like, am I going to die on this podcast?
Well, you're good. Well, at least you're fine.
But let me hear the rest of it, though, and then I'll have more of a comment.
Yeah, we got about, I think this is like 7-minute clip, so like we got some more.
Well, yes, we are battling with everything. But what worries me a little bit, Reggie, I love the console market. I love the living room experience. I think it's unique. I know that the PC is doing very well, and mobile's obviously most of the industry now. But when I think back to the Wii era and the 360 era and the PS3 era, and what they were all trying to do, PlayStation with its narrative games, and the Xbox with its online gaming, and Wii with its motion controls, and they're all trying to compete with each other and do each other's things in their own ways. The innovation that was going on in that time was off the charts, right? And everyone was benefiting from it. Even PlayStation by the end of it, everyone was benefiting from that competition. The consumer was, the business was. But now when Xbox is sort of fading away a little bit, and Nintendo have always, been different in their own way, I do worry about whether that lack of competition might result in a bit of a stale market. That's my fear, I think.
I think it's a prudent fear. I do believe that competition results in innovation and benefits for the consumer. I've seen it across too many industries to not believe that it's true. And so, I do hope that this industry doesn't stagnate. There are at times signs that, the innovation isn't there. The breakthrough new type of content seems to be a little bit further and far between. So, that concerns me, and I hope that doesn't stop.
Yeah. I will say, again, but
I feel like for people who don't know what prudent means, it's thinking about the future.
Yeah.
And I feel like my opinion on this is that it's kind of like when people talk about any problem, is that they can see the problem, but the problem is that they don't see the mitigation to that problem. You know what I mean?
You know what? I don't disagree with you on this, if I understand correctly, because I don't necessarily, I agree with their concept that competition is good. Hell, who wouldn't think that, right?
Right.
But I don't agree that the consoles are a necessary, almost mitigation factor for that competition. And I'm trying to think of the analogy of, at least in my city, we don't have competing movie theaters. There's one movie theater company. Maybe that's Communist Canada. But they're like in your city, is there just one movie theater company? Same company? Is there like competitors?
Well, technically speaking, there's no movie theater in my town necessarily, but there's like a movie theater near me, and like they're about like an hour drive each, and they're two different companies.
Are they? Is it like AMC? Is that shit? Or
it's like AMC, and then there's another one I can't remember off the top of my head.
Yeah, but at least I can use my own comparison. I know where we have like just one. But when I go to the movie theater, I'm not thinking of like, I want to go to theater A or theater B. I'm thinking what movie I want to see.
Yeah.
And that's how I feel. And they're, if you look at that type of media, they have competition. I don't think consoles are required to make that competition.
I feel like the thing is, like, I don't agree when people go like, well, consoles make innovation. I'm like, technically yes, technically no. It all depends. It's just the industry is like always going to change. You never know what's going to happen. Like with VR, like you could say that there's stuff, the PlayStation Move, the Kinect, like you're gonna see monkey do. That's what every industry is. Like the Steam Deck was birthed because of the Switch. All right,
Mm-hmm.
like that's good competition, but necessarily speaking, I don't necessarily think like handhelds are not a new idea. You know,
No.
like you had the Vita, you had the Switch, you had the Game Boy. Like what really brings competition is companies wanting to bring competition. Like the device, but it seems like kind of like how smartphones are right now.
Yeah.
The devices are just becoming a way to deliver the content.
You nailed it, man. Like this is almost aligned with what we talked a little bit about earlier, even mentioning the cloud stuff a little bit. Again, I'm pretty convinced that, you know, over the next 10 years, we're going to increasingly, the device isn't going to matter. You're going to be able to play whatever you want on whatever device you want. And I think this will bring like weird licensing questions will come up, those type of things in some cases. But yeah, I think that's where it's going. I think the device is going to be pretty damn irrelevant. I even think computing power is going to be irrelevant, you know, going back to the cloud stuff for a lot of people.
Well, I just kind of look at it from this perspective. Like go back to like the PS2, Xbox, and GameCube generation, and I was like, did the PlayStation 2 make these video games more interesting because of the PlayStation 2? You know what I mean? It's like, was God Hand good because it was a PlayStation exclusive, or was it just a good video game? You know?
Mm-hmm.
And like, was something like, you know, Halo, was it good because of the Xbox, or was it just a good video game that happened to be on the Xbox?
I think it was just a good video game. And you know what? Here's a thing that I don't think a lot of people, and it might not even be correct, right? It's just an opinion, is it becomes Halo was like almost a genre defining game, especially at the time.
Yeah.
You can only have so many genre defining games. And then other companies try to perfect on top of that. But, you know, developers have to work so hard now to be creative. I don't think they have to work hard to make really good games, but I think you need to have brilliant creative minds be the people behind it. And there's not an abundance of those. And I think that's why a lot of games, you know, at least financially struggle against the expectations that they might have.
It comes back to always what I always say, to kind of cut you off a little bit here.
Oh yeah, all good. Man.
You never know what's going to be a hit. Like, let's just be real. Like you have an idea of what's just going to print money because like there are like certain figures, like Madden's going to make money, like NHL's going to make money, like FIFA, MLB The Show, like those are going to make money because they have a built-in audience of casuals.
Yeah.
Like Call of Duty is going to make money, you know, even if it's not the best-selling game of the year, it's still going to be
Expedition, right? Like that thing.
Like that one came out of nowhere, or Dispatch.
Yeah,
you know, like no one saw that one coming. Everyone kind of said that was stupid.
Other ones, like I think a whole bunch of them.
Peak, Schedule 1, like you're not going to know what is going to be a hit.
So good. That's what I'm thinking
of.
Was that you were on the ship?
The drug dealer.
That's not the one I'm thinking of. What's the indie game that did really well? You're on a ship. It had some pretty fucking adult content. And it did incredibly well. It was like a sleeper hit. It was weird as shit. Spaceship, kind of 8-bitish graphics, maybe a little better.
I don't think you're talking about
what am I
Among Us.
No, God, no, it's not multiplayer. Not multiplayer. Single player.
Oh, it's a single player game?
Single player game. It had some controversy because there was like a rape scene or implied or something like that in it.
A mouthwashing?
Yes. Thank you.
Yeah, once you said rape, I'm like, oh yeah, there we go. I was like, oh wait, I know my rape games.
Oh my God. Yeah, that's the only thing. Like the game was tight though. Like it was really well done.
Yeah.
Ending's kind of ass, and I'm still on it. You know.
Yeah, but let's continue this real quick, and then we could get back to more of that.
I'm not going to spend all the time talking about consoles, but I do think the Switch 2, the hardware itself may have not been too innovative outside of some mouse controls here. But actually, I talked about the games earlier being not the biggest things, but actually Kirby Air Riders, Donkey Kong Bonanza, they're quite different. you know you haven't played it, but when I did Donkey Kong Bonanza, I can't believe how bonkers that game is. My assumption it was going to be Mario with Donkey Kong. It's so fresh for me. It feels so different. And I guess it doesn't always have to be in the form of the, it doesn't have to be the hardware itself where the innovation comes from, I guess. There was no point to that bit. But you've been, I guess, I'll change the conversation, but you've been advising companies and you've been advising investments and you're on boards. You can now look across the entire industry. You're working with developers. Are there any games or companies that are sort of really impressing you at the moment?
Yeah, that's a great question. And you know, for me, I have to be fair and say that, you know, I don't spend as much time playing games these days. So, you know, for me to point out, you know, one particular game or one particular developer or publisher is a bit more challenging. What I would say is that the converse of your question, I do think that as I look at games, there are fewer and fewer examples of content that is dramatically new, dramatically fresh, things that are breaking through on a different level versus, you know, simply more of the same. And that's a bit disappointing. And so, you know, as I counsel companies, you know, the conversation I have is first, you know, what's your DNA? What is it that, you know, has created the value and the company thus far? And then how do we find ways to innovate out from that core DNA to bring initiatives and ideas that fit with what you do, which makes it more difficult for your competitors to copy, but bring truly new experiences and address, you know, challenges that exist, you know, in the broader category. And let me drive this home by.
So would you like to add something to what he was just saying there, McDizzle?
I would say I'd agree with the fact that, you know, it's not necessarily the hardware that drives innovation, and at least I think the consumer hardware is what's going to drive innovation in gaming in the future. You know, it's going to be developers, it's going to be, you know, like the people that made Expedition 33, like Warhorse Studios behind Kingdom Come 2. I'd like to say like Rockstar, because there is, you know, I don't know how much I gamble on it. Of course, GTA 6 is going to break all sales records. I don't know if it's going to have the longevity of GTA 5, because that's 10 years of insane sales, more than GTA 4, more than, you know, previous titles. Like, it's not like every game of theirs has sold like GTA 5, although Red Dead 2 is now the fourth biggest selling game or high selling game of all time, which, you know, well deserved on it. But, you know, if we talk about innovation, there is potential with, I'm not sure if you've heard of Rome, which is Rockstar something modding engine, which is going to be part of the content creator tools that they're going to give people to create their own content. And I think so many gaming companies want to harness the power of user created content. And I think some do it, like Roblox. I think I've never fucking played Roblox, but I hear that's what it does. I think Minecraft likely does it as well. I think some games have failed at it big time, like Mind's Eye, because that was their big thing. Not just the shitty story, but on PC, they wanted people to really get into their creation suite.
Yeah.
Which makes sense. Leslie Benzie's coming from Rockstar. He probably knew what that vision was, and they were probably all aligned on it. And I think, you know, those type of tools will really, at least in GTA 6's area, because all the RP servers and shit like that, that's going to go wild. Because that shit's huge, man. I never realized how big that was until I played some Red M, and I pretended to be a cowboy and actually had a real good time.
There you go.
But that shit's going to be off the hook. And I think, going back to his comments about innovation, I think it's going to be developers. But as I talked about earlier, innovation becomes more challenging when so many people have done something. You know, we've already had that first Halo, the second Halo. You know, the top sports series have already been made. You can innovate on those. A good example is, you know, the top sports series have already been made. There's great soccer games out there. Boom, you have Rocket League. That's an example of innovation. Rematch, which you want to play with some nasty motherfuckers, man, not a whole lot of tolerance in rematch. But it's actually kind of a fun little game you can pick up. But that type of innovation, I think, will help drive things. Yeah.
All right, we're almost done with this clip. We got, I think, a couple more minutes, and then I can move on.
Giving a real example. So one of my passions is I love to be on the water, in the water.
Oh yeah.
I rejuvenate by being close to water. And I sit on the board of the largest recreational marine boating company by the name of Brunswick.
I did not know that, actually. That's news to me.
I mean, how would you know that?
You never know with these people. They're on so many boards and stuff like that.
Exactly.
Boater. One of the things that cause you extreme dread is when it's time to dock your boat. And, whether it's a little dinghy or whether it's a, 45-foot, day cruiser, you're scared to death, no matter how much experience you have, because you've got wind, you've got currents, you've got all these different things going on. So Brunswick just launched an automatic docking system. I mean, literally, it's like the Tesla technology on your boat.
Oh wow!
Where you touch where you want to dock it.
His body's ready to
the engines take over, and it docks your boat for you. That's innovation, right? That's how a company understands its space, understands the barriers, understands what they can do to be unique. And it's it's that type of innovation that gets me excited, and that's a type of innovation that I want to see more broadly within the video game space.
I do kind of agree. I made quite an aggressive comment on a podcast recently where I said, I think.
Yeah, so they're going to get more into talking about innovation now going forward from this clip. But go check it out. Link to this whole interview is in the description of this video. And go check out Christopher Drigg's show. He has some pretty good guests on it. This second week in a row we mentioned something because he had actually the Obsidian devs on as well. So they talked about like the work-life culture at Obsidian too. So if you want to check that out, McDizzle, it's actually pretty cool.
Interesting. It's the games business, right?
Yeah, games business. It's linked in the description of the YouTube. So if you want to go directly there and subscribe, like you could check out some other stuff from there too.
I think I actually am subscribed to them. Is it Steven? Steven?
No. This is shit. He just said his name and I just completely forgot about it.
All good, man. All good. The link's there. Life is
Christopher
good.
Drigg. That's his name. Christopher Drigg. Not Steve Totillo. It's Christopher Drigg.
Yeah, I was about to be like Steve Doritos. What's his name?
No.
Okay.
Also, this one is going to be a quick little story here. Mm-hmm. We're not going to read the whole article, but I feel like this is kind of like going with innovation and stuff like that. This comes from Jason Schreier from Bloomberg. The turbulent 7-year saga behind hit game Dispatch. One thing that has been taken away from this thing, linked to the, like you can read it and everything's pretty cool. The funny part is these people actually were working at San Francisco, Ubisoft San Francisco, and they were actually working on a brand new Splinter Cell game.
That's insane.
That's the one.
Is Ubisoft allergic to money?
Well, the game failed, and eventually it became that shitty first-person shooter.
X-Defiant?
X-Defiant, yes.
Oh.
So the funny part is, like, these devs worked at Ubisoft, former Telltale devs. They went and worked at Ubisoft San Francisco. They were actually brought in to make the Splinter Cell video game. They were writing a story on it, and then eventually that fell through, and they turned that game into X-Defiant. And then these guys went off, formed their own studio, and now they have probably one of the smash hit games of this year in Dispatch.
Yeah, it looks interesting.
Yeah, so Ad Hoc Studios, the name of the studio. And link to the whole article is in the description of this video. If you want to go read it for yourself, that would be, what you got. And then, big Splinter Cell fan here. Wait, we got this instead of the new Splinter Cell? Yes. X-Defiant became Splinter Cell. And then the devs went off and made their own game. So I thought that was something that was pretty cool.
That is interesting.
Yeah, I wanted to share that with people right there. All right, we're going to start getting, we got a few stories to wind up with. First off, we're going to get on to some Microsoft news. The first one here is kind of a thank you letter from the Stalker studio. This one started with a single email and grew into one of the most glowing partnerships we've ever had. A match happened. Yeah, they're Ukrainian, so it might be some bad English. A match happened that ultimately made millions of players happy. We've said this many times, but we are genuinely grateful to Xbox team for all the collaboration.
Can you read it in the Ukrainian accent for me, man?
No, I cannot. I'm not going to do that. I'm already struggling with reading just in general because I'm not a best reader. Incredible showcases, heartfelt care, and amazing professionalism. Your hand of support could always be felt, even in the darkest moments. Together, we gave players an unforgettable experience. We are sincerely proud of what we've achieved together. This road without you would have been, at the very least, completely different. Stalker 2, Heart of Chernobyl is leaving Game Pass, but our shared journey and friendship will only continue. There's a lot ahead in our universe, which now includes our new Stalkers who discovered the zone over the year. The world of Stalker awaits new stories and experiences, story DLC, and many surprises that we are already preparing. The best is yet to come, and we're glad to have you on your journey to all the unknown roads, new adventures, and powerful dreams. So basically, for people who don't know, obviously, you must be living under a rock. The Stalker studio is in Ukraine, and obviously there's the big war going on with Russia and Ukraine. And there was a tumultuous dev cycle in that. And now that Stalker is releasing on PlayStation 5, I think relatively soon, or it's already out, they kind of wanted to just give like one last thank you to Microsoft. And I thought this was pretty cool because I think Microsoft gets a lot of bad PR, but I do think that they've done a relatively great job recently trying to support a lot of these like devs in some way, shape, or form. Obviously, with a game like Ninja Gaiden 4, they published that game as well, too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Stalker 2 was a great game. I, again, didn't beat it, but played it for 50 hours.
Yeah.
It's a big freaking game, too. Like, I found it was almost too much, but still a good time. I mean, I can understand why people love it.
Yeah, I think they had like a 1-year exclusivity deal with it, Neo. That's why I think the time is up now, especially because it's going to PlayStation. So they want to try to get like a second bite at the apple, which I don't blame them, to be honest with you.
Make the money. You could have bought it before. You know what I mean? As well. Like, it's cool. It was on Xbox. It was on Game Pass. Sucks that it leaves after a year. I hate when things are on there for a short period of time. But I mean, I get it. What do you expect, right?
It's a year. If you haven't beaten in it a year, you know.
Yeah, I was ready to play that in 2027, man.
Yeah, exactly. Ando says I was here. Outside layoffs and killing studios, doesn't seem like Xbox is that bad and their third-party studios. To be honest with you, like layoffs, we get why they're happening. It's a course correction. It's happening all over the industry, so it's nothing new. These layoffs would have happened probably even if Microsoft didn't buy a couple of them.
But what if there were bigger tits in the games?
Exactly. But the killing of the studios part, I mean, I've had a whole big conversation about that, but I don't really want to like go into in depth about it. But let's just say, like, look, if you've been making a video game for like 8 years and you have nothing to show for it, do you really still have a job at that point? Yeah. And like we're seeing today now with like layoffs like that are hitting Rockstar and even hitting Crystal Dynamics, you know.
Oh, Rockstar's layoffs are a different type of layoff, though. They're actually, it's getting worse and worse. Because I saw just I won't say yesterday, there was 250 people have signed a petition around.
Yeah, for Rockstar North.
Yeah, for those employees that were let go. It sounds like it's union busting, man. I'm not a big fan of unions, but I'm okay with the specter of a union hanging down to keep employers honest.
Mhm.
And so it sounds like they've been doing some hardcore union busting, and I do think like it's not going to overshadow, of course, the release of GTA 6, but I think it'll hang as a little ghost, just in the same way. I'm not sure if you remember when Red Dead 2 was released, Dan Houser's like, yeah, we're working like 18, 22-hour days, and then it set off a lot of shit at that time, where Rockstar had to. They made a lot of changes. Even Jason Schreier wrote an article about it that was like, a kinder, gentler Rockstar. It was all from a result of Dan Houser's interview in 2018, alluding to a lot of crunch.
Yeah. I mean, that's like a whole nother story.
Yeah.
I'd rather not get into it. That could be another another episode for like a big idea, because I usually close these with like a big idea, but that's one I'm not like feeling to have a conversation about today.
Oh, I get you, man. I get you.
Yeah, because like that's like a half an hour like crazy thing over here. But like Ando says here, really the only one off the top of my head I have grief with is Tango, since Hi-Fi Rush was good, but being good doesn't always translate to sales. Look, I've already said this again, but I'll make this one very quick here. As a big Tango fanboy, it is not just about Hi-Fi Rush. It is also about the games prior to Hi-Fi Rush. We also need to add those into the conversation, like Ghostwire Tokyo and The Evil Within 2. Were also not that great of games. And we also need to address that like half the studio left with Shinji Mikami once he left as well. So it comes down to a lot of other factors when you look into like why Tango was fired, basically. And on top of that too, Arcane Austin, they made nothing but shit games.
Redfall.
Yeah, Redfall, baby.
Rough.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love the idea of it too. And there's parts of it where, like, as I played it for maybe, I don't know, 10 hours or something. There's parts of it, the idea of it's so cool. The execution of it was not.
Yeah. One more thing about the Xbox. This one just came out today, which I thought was very interesting.
Yes.
Microsoft drops NDAs and publishes Xbox gaming publishing guides. So it sounds like Microsoft is trying to make it a lot easier to also publish games on their platform, because that's been like a big problem that they've been having a lot too, is trying to get games to get through their processes a lot faster.
Mm-hmm.
So like, yes, they're trying to make it a lot easier for indie game devs. So that another positive step in the right direction for Microsoft on this end as well, especially with all the stuff that we're seeing with like, the Steam box and everything else.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's pretty good. So, speaking of Steam box, no, Leon did Deathloop there, Neo. So, there's the French studio, and then there was the Texas studio. Leon did Arcane. They did the... The really popular game that I fucking know didn't sell well.
Prey? No. Dishonored?
Dishonored, that's it.
Okay.
So Leon did Dishonored and Deathloop, and Austin did Prey and Redfall. So that they closed down the shittier studio. They kept the good one.
I don't know if that's what happened at BioWare. I can't remember.
Yeah, they closed down the JV squad in Montreal and kept the Edmonton studio.
Yeah.
And now, since we're talking about the Steam, let's talk about the other one here, too. Steam officially announced that they are bringing the Steam Machine Part 2 back with a brand new controller, VR support, and everything else like that. So that's kind of like a cool, interesting thing too. They're going to bring like a compatibility system too, much like they did with, the Steam Deck Verified. They're going to bring a Steam Machine Verified system and everything too. Now, I don't have a full grasp of technology. I am a Luddite by most people. So I have linked in the description of this video, actually, funny enough, a video by Adam Savage, one half of the Mythbusters, his YouTube channel. He actually got a early hands-on video, teardown video with the controller and the box itself. But everything that I've known, I was listening to ACG's podcast too earlier today, and he was basically breaking down that this machine is kind of worrisome as well. But I'm not going to try to repeat his words because it's a lot of tech jargon, and I don't really fully understand it. But I trust ACG talking about it. So if you want to go check down like an actual autistic breakdown from tech specs to how things work and everything else, go check those out. Links are in the description of this video. But I want to ask you, McDizzle, what is your thoughts?
I think it's pretty cool. At least, if I think of my own use case, as I said earlier, I think Play Anywhere is probably the biggest reason I'm kind of like with Xbox infrastructure right now, and I've just been stuck with it because I'm like, oh, I can play this on my computer. Oh, I can play it on my Xbox. I kind of envision this as a similar benefit. I love to be able to jump between my Steam games on my PC and my television. And if this makes it easy and, again, still a lot to know around the price, especially.
Yeah.
I think that's a deciding factor for me.
Yeah.
But, if the price is ridiculous, I'm like, I don't know.
I feel like for me, like the biggest issue I have, like I have a Steam Deck dock, and while I like the Steam Deck, how it keeps performance-wise, like it does look really shitty. And I'm interested in the Steam machine, especially if it is as powerful as like a PS5 or a Series S, depending on what they say that you can get out of it. Even though like I heard the tech specs are not as good, and like they probably won't be able to hit the 4K 60 like they are basically trying to advertise with the Steam box or Steam machine, or as I like as like I've heard someone call it, the Gabe Cube.
I saw that. That made me laugh.
That like that really made my day. But I'm interested in like definitely like you said, the price on it and all that stuff. Like it does matter to me, but at the same time, it's like if it doesn't give you that much better like graphical fidelity and quality, then like what's the point of getting this? And I already have a Steam Deck,
Exactly. For me, I don't. So it's like, okay, the snapshot in time, it might be a cool product, for me at least. But I think giving people easy access to their Steam library on their TV sounds like a good thing. It sounds like something, but I think retail, I think for it to be super successful, it's tough for me not to imagine it being in retail. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong in 2025.
Well, they're not going to be in retail. This is all going to be still sold directly from Valve itself.
Yeah, and does that make it tougher to be like a super success? I don't know. I'm not saying it is, but it's something to kind of ponder around, I guess.
So here's the thing. Everyone's was saying like, oh, this is going to kill Xbox, everything else like that. And the truth of the matter is, like, the Steam Deck was inspired obviously by the Switch, right? The Switch has sold almost 155 million units. The Steam Deck has sold only 5. Like rough estimates are it only sold about like 5 million. There's no fucking competition, all right?
No.
This is going to be like a niche market. And like you said, it's kind of like what Microsoft is doing down to the T. They want you in that ecosystem wherever you go. That's why they got the deal with ROG Ally, Lenovo Go, and Windows and stuff like that. Like they're working with that. It's why like they're saying that the next Xbox is going to be more focused on a hybrid model. So it's like you can get the best of both worlds. Like you can use your Game Pass and your Windows games. You can use your GOG games. You can use your Steam games and everything else like that. And like that future for it is like off the road. Like obviously what you want is you're going to want a game system that allows you to play your old Xbox stuff from like the Xbox One, Xbox 360, Xbox original.
Yeah.
And you're going to want some form of like power to it. And I understand that like PlayStation is like still selling gangbusters and everything else, and the Switch is selling like gangbusters, and Microsoft is basically just like we're a software company, so we're going to focus on being a software company, And the only thing I could say is like the Steam Deck is probably the Steam machine will probably have a audience like for the enthusiasts. But at the end of the day, it's like it's not going to have mass market appeal. Like, I know a lot of people are like, oh, well, you could just wipe the system and then turn it into like a Windows machine. I'm not going to fucking do that. All right. Like there's going to be a small market of people who actually do that,
I agree. I think it's cool, but yeah, like if we're talking like being a big competitor, I don't think it
Right.
will be.
Right, exactly. I don't think it will be. I think it's going to be niche. Like, I might buy this. I might buy this depending on the price because I do have a huge Steam library and I kind of like to go around. The one thing I don't really like is this controller. I think it's an abomination.
Yeah, it's weird looking. Some people love it though, and I'm kind of confused. I'm like, oh, do you?
Yeah, like look at this thing. It's just like it does not look that good.
So here's the question.
Yeah.
You say it's a niche thing, and I wouldn't disagree. If you were Steam right now and you want to make it not a niche thing, what would you do?
See, you're saying like, what would you do? I wouldn't do it at all, to be honest with you, because there's no point. But
I think there is though, because I mean, if we talk like, I think at least they may be thinking a little future minded. We get a PS6, but I don't know if we see a PS7, at least in its traditional sense.
yeah, I don't know. It's just like I don't know necessarily like who this is really going to be for. Like it's not for the mass market. It's for the niche market.
Mm-hmm. Do you
Like-
think there's a place for the mass market, not for necessarily a Steam machine, but a box that lets you play games from all your
Oh, there
library?
always will be. Yeah. I
Yeah.
think consoles are going to basically dissolve into just like PC launching boxes that are just for people who want to play
Yeah.
games and not worry about it. That's where I think Xbox is going. Everything that we covered with PlayStation last week with the up and coming thing of like a cross buy and a cross
Yeah,
like
actually,
play
yeah.
anywhere thing that we saw for PlayStation. With PlayStation getting more heavily invested into the PC ecosystem and everything else like that, I feel like that's what these are just going to be. They're going to be glorified PCs that are just going to have like the name brand mark on it, and that's really what they're going to be. And there's nothing wrong with that because
Oh,
like what it comes down to at the end of the day is just the ability to play games.
you
And
got
that's
it, man.
that's the only thing I like about like a Steam machine and a Steam Deck and stuff like that is it gives you more accessibility to play your games. Like Neo over here says, this is a point I like to bring up. I like the idea of Steam machine because I wanted to play my PC games on my TV forever, but I'll wait until the next Xbox and so on and so forth like that. That's basically it. I'm at my PC right now. I have no problem playing games on my PC. But at the end of the day, I always say this, and I'm a broken record, I'll say it again. I come home, I take a shower, I sit on my couch, plop up the fucking the footrest, throw a blankie on me, and have my dogs cuddle on me, and I'm playing my games.
Yeah, it's a good time. It's a simple life.
It's a simple life, but it's an honest one,
Yeah.
And that's what it is. It's just like I like I was listening to like Chris Raygun today on Sacred Symbols, even bringing this up too, where he's just like, I've tried the whole set up the PC on my TV stuff and that, and look, it's just a lot of extra fucking work,
Yeah, exactly, man. It goes back to the accessibility thing, right? I could take my PC out right now, but it would be a fucking hassle.
Yeah, and the thing is, like, look, I'm a video game autist. I'm not a fucking technology autist. All right, there's a difference there.
That's fair.
I love everything about video games. I love learning about the devs. I like learning about like where they're made, history, art style, what systems they came out for, where like stuff like that. I like collecting. I like playing games. I like going into in-depth details about it. That's great. I have no clue how to fucking set up a PC. I have no clue how to build one. I would have to use a YouTube video about it. And even when I watch a YouTube video, sometimes I don't even understand what the fuck they're trying to tell me with a PC. All right. And one of my biggest pet peeves is like, and I hate when PC gamers talk to me about this and they act like it's like a fucking thing that it makes sense. When I buy a game, I want it to fucking work.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And there's been times where I buy a game on my fucking PC and the fucker doesn't work. And I have to go in, defrag, and do all this stuff, and look up guides and everything else like that. And I'm like, at the end of the day, it's like, what the fuck's the point?
You just want to play a game.
I just want to play a game, you know? Guess what I'm going to do? I'll buy the same fucking game on my PlayStation, Xbox, or Switch, and it'll fucking work without having to do this rigmarole of like making sure that the fucking moon is at the right phase of the equinox. And then like I've killed a sufficient amount of chickens, and then maybe it'll run at 30 frames per second when it's supposed to be running at 120. I don't know. And I say that all hyperbolically because there are cool things. I hate fucking drivers. A driver update or our buddy
shaders, fucking shaders.
No, the worst one was our friend Metal Shred Freak, my buddy Fernando. He was playing Diablo 4 and it kept crashing on him, and he couldn't figure out why, and he needed to update his controller. That was great. That was a great story.
Good times, good times. I got about 10 minutes or so left, Carl. Then I'm gonna expire.
All right. Oh damn. 10 minutes, huh?
Oh, I can do a bit more, man. Sorry, I thought you were at the last story. Anyway,
I'm at the last story, but I have 2 trailers.
Okay, yeah, I've got a bit more time, man. That was an exaggeration. I could do more than 10 minutes. I just can't do like 30 or 40 because I'm starving.
All right, cool. All right, well, let's get on to that one. Like I said, link to the description down below. All right, now we got some video game trailers, and we'll cut off this last one then. That's not really important.
Oh, man, take your time. I don't, like, honestly, take as long as you need. I got cookies, dude. Don't worry about me.
No, we'll close with the Metroid Prime 4 trailer. And this is the first one here. This one's called Urban Shadow Legends. I have no idea what this game is, but I saw it's getting a physical release, and I saw a trailer for it. So let's find out what this game is together. Helps to put on the volume.
You are cool. Erebon. Your people manipulate matter in the darkness. Become one with the shadows.
What do you really want from me?
Helios is looking for something. I want to know what and why.
Ayana, stop. You are incredibly important. We must work together.
You must connect. Awaken what is dormant.
You know what? That looks pretty damn good. I'm not gonna lie.
That did look decent, and not too much cell shading, but it was good.
And Neo says gives me origami vibes. I can see it a little bit. And we got Monkey Man FN saying hello, buddy. I think this is the first time I've seen you. But yeah, that I didn't expect to see that trailer. Actually, that looks pretty cool. I like how it seems like a very interesting stealth game for sure.
Yeah, it did look good. Looked interesting.
Huh. I might have to put this on my wish list here, but there's Urban Shadow Legacy. That looks pretty cool. Did not expect that at all. All right. And now we'll close out with our final big segment here. 7-minute long trailer.
Nice.
Breaking down Metroid Prime 4. Is that only PS5? Let me double check for you there, Neo.
I thought I saw the logo, but maybe I'm going crazy.
Well, it was off the PlayStation thing, so that's where I got it from. It's coming to Xbox, Windows, PlayStation 5, and so on and so forth like that. Yeah, it looks like this game's already out, actually, on other platforms. Huh. Yeah, it came out last year. So that's the PS5 port. So this game's actually already been out on Xbox and other platforms from what I'm looking at here. $20 right now if you want to buy it on Steam. I don't know about Xbox, but that's what it just says here. Like, how did I not hear about this game? I'm looking it up right now. It's got a 69 rating on Metacritic, though. So that's interesting. Is this the... Yeah, no, it's already out on Xbox. I guess this is the PS5 launch of it, finally. Huh. Interesting. Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, see? Like, so, that's weird. So, yeah. Oh, yeah, weird. Learned something new today. So, yeah. For anyone who might have heard about this game from last year, it's finally coming to PS5. There you go. Okay. Before we begin, McDizzle, are you interested in Metroid Prime 4?
I'm interested in seeing it. I have a confession. I haven't played Metroid since the original NES one, and I did beat it, though. I actually did beat it. That last level where you have to jump up, like, vertically right at the end, if I'm remembering the first one correctly. Isn't that the last thing you do? Like,
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm going way back. But yeah, I'm actually excited. I've always followed it, but I haven't been a Nintendo gamer, to be completely honest, since Super Nintendo. I had a Wii. Prior to that, I had a Super Nintendo. I haven't had a Nintendo console since the Wii. My wife has the Switch. I mess around with her Switch sometimes via the library of old NES and Super Nintendo games.
Yeah. So hold on, my wife texted me. So there we go. Let her know I'm streaming. All right, let's get down, breaking down this trailer, and then we'll get this one ready to go.
Explore a mysterious planet in this first-person adventure. Metroid Prime 4 Beyond. When the Galactic Federation UTO Research Center is attacked by arch-rival Silex, the lone hunter Samus Aran answers their distress call and becomes entangled in an unexpected disaster. She awakens on an unknown planet called Vuros.
Vuros.
Now, she must fight to survive the planet and find a way home.
Like, a lot of his art style and architecture a little bit, like, on here kind of reminds you a little bit about Mass Effect and Halo.
I could see that, yeah. Like, I don't know if it's inspired from it, or maybe... I'm trying to think of the Metroid game. Wasn't there a Wii Metroid game? Was there a Wii Metroid game of the Wii, or did it skip that?
What did you say? Sorry.
Was there a Metroid game on the Wii?
Yes. Metroid Prime 3 and other M.
Gotcha. Yeah, the art style seems... I know, it's a couple of console generations away. More than a couple. But it definitely seems different.
Yeah, well, it does look nice.
Yeah, it does.
As Samus, you will explore lush jungles full of plant life. A factory roaring with thunderous storms. A research lab frozen in ice.
I will say this, as a person who owns the Switch 2, there is a noticeable difference in performance from the original Switch, and that's a good thing. Because one thing I noticed about ZA is just very nice playing a Pokemon game on like proper hardware that isn't crashing and moving at like 2 frames per second. That's why I think ZA was so much more enjoyable to me, because I didn't play it on a base Switch.
I get you.
And a facility nestled in a volcano, all of which...
Hold on a second, I gotta go back here. This gives me such Star Wars vibes looking at this right now.
Oh my god, it does.
Just like you just put a little edit here of like Obi-Wan
I hate
fucking
you.
Anakin fighting like that. Someone has to do that now. They just gotta resplice this trailer.
You are meant to be the chosen one.
Yeah, just fighting on this one and cutting to like the next scene.
Kano, all of which contain remnants of a civilization long extinct. The maps are maze-like and intricately detailed. And ferocious beasts will stand in your way.
All right, I gotta call something out here. They are making this like seem like it's for like boomers. Like this is how a boomer would play a game, super slow and methodical, and not really like hyperactive like and everything else. Come on, guys, show off the fucking Mustang engine for fuck's sake.
The key to exploration is the scan visor, which you'll use to gather information from the environment.
Oh, scanning.
Why did this planet's civilization crumble?
Bro, it's got scanning. It's
awesome.
It's like Starfield, bro.
That's awesome.
So I don't know if you know this joke, but like when Sekiro is out, like after like Sekiro, everyone like kept talking about a parry system, and any fucking game that had a parry system, they would go like, "Oh, it's like Sekiro," you know.
You can parry like in Sekiro.
I got so fucking mad at that. I'm like, oh my god, did you know God of War 2018 has a parry system? I guess it's like Sekiro. It came up before. It's just like, I hate when gamers do that shit. It's a pet peeve of mine.
And what have they left behind? Could there be a clue to your escape? Scan various objects to collect and analyze information to find a way forward. Your core abilities include Samus's Power Beam, which can shoot rapid fire or charged. Highly accurate target tracking missiles. The ability to jump. The form-altering Morph Ball.
He said the line there, Neo. She could jump. Fun fact, too. The Morph Ball thing actually made people like the dev who made it when it went to like 3D and stuff. That guy quit after he finished it.
That ended his career at it.
He left the industry because it was such a nightmare for him. He left.
Did he really?
Yes, I'm not even making that up. That's a true story.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
And dashing while locked on a target. During your adventure, you will also receive mysterious powers passed down on Vuros. Psychic abilities.
Fuck yeah!
Direct the control beam's trajectory with the power of your mind.
Hell yeah!
And use the psychic glove to manipulate.
That would have been so much cooler if they didn't show it in this trailer, to be honest with you. Like I said, this is my big problem with gameplay trailers. They never impress me because it's like, it doesn't look as cool because they want to show it off, you know? One of the biggest problems.
Energy and activate machinery. By harnessing these abilities, you can access new areas, greatly expanding the explorable world.
This stuff looks cool though, like I'm not gonna lie. Like it does show off like a lot of the good graphics, like and the verticality and stuff like that. That looks pretty cool. I haven't played the other Metroid games, Neo, but was there so much verticality like that in the older ones? Let me know.
The various zones are connected by a central desert called Soul Valley.
Soul Valley.
By obtaining Biola, a machine left behind by an ancient civilization, you can freely traverse the roadless desert as you head for each zone.
I like this.
Certain actions can be taken while riding.
The open world looks kind of cool.
These include countering attacks from approaching enemies, smashing crystals at high speed to convert them into the energy you'll need on your adventure. Plus, if Samus is in a location where she can ride Viola, it can be summoned instantly.
That's cool, actually.
By dismounting, you'll return to a first-person perspective to continue exploring. Like Samus, some Galactic Federation troopers were also transported to Vuros.
Hold on a second here.
Federation troopers.
It's a black man! This game's woke!
Were also transported to Vuros.
It's a woman! This game's woke!
Samus, a woman in Metroid.
All these women is woke!
Black woman.
There are a few rooms that a somewhat vertical, but there's typically isn't a great degree of verticality since it's really hard to look up and down. I got you.
Follow distress signals to help the troopers and occasionally battle alongside them. They can even provide useful upgrades. Teamwork is key if any of you hope to escape the planet alive.
God damn it. This is going to be another one of those games where I'm just going to be obsessed with doing the side missions. I already feel it just from watching this. I know. It's like, I'm going to want to rescue all these assholes. Ugh. That's pretty cool, actually. I like that.
Well, if it's the only way off this rock, all right, I'm in.
What do you say? Teammates?
It appears you require assistance.
I had no interest in anyone but my family. Now it's a little different.
A family. They got Vin Diesel in this game? Fuck yeah, bro.
We can keep the band together.
I can't wait to see my family. When I get back home, I'll be taking a much-needed leave.
Ooh, what's that? That's good.
A new fate and an unknown destiny await on planet Vuros. Samus and her allies' fight to survive is about to begin. Metroid Prime 4 Beyond. Available December 4th, only on the Nintendo Switch 2 and Nintendo Switch systems. Pre-orders are available now on Nintendo eShop. The footage shown was from the Nintendo Switch 2 edition of the game.
So that means the Switch
You can use
version
mouse controls for intuitive gameplay on Switch 2.
Fernando's gonna love that.
Simply adjust how you hold the Joy-Con 2 controllers to seamlessly swap between standard and mouse controls as you play. Plus, you can explore the immersive world in 4K at 60 frames per second, or enjoy smoother action in full HD at 120 frames per second.
Oh, my dog's barking. I got it. Do you really care about 120 FPS?
Not really. 30 to 60 is a big difference for me. Anything above that, again, in my story mode games that I enjoy, it doesn't really, at least for me, visually doesn't make a difference. I can't speak for anyone else, but for myself, no.
Yeah. Anna says here, wait a minute. People were throwing a fit about the yellow NPC armor character acting like he was guiding you the whole time. Didn't get that from the actual trailer. I saw that joke online, but I didn't get it. So now I still don't get it there, Ando.
Choose from these two modes, both of which support HDR, based on your preference and playstyle. The Nintendo Switch 2 edition of the game can be played on Switch 2.
That's
no
pretty
shit.
obvious.
To purchase the game edition that matches your system.
They're marketing this to boomers,
Plus,
man.
Nintendo Switch 2 players who have Metroid Prime 4 Beyond on Nintendo Switch can upgrade to the Nintendo Switch 2 edition by purchasing the upgrade pack.
I need that like line from Apocalypse Now where Emery Lee goes, well, no shit, to just play for stuff like this.
I know, man.
Three new
They're
Metroid
marketing
Prime
towards
4 Beyond series.
I was just gonna say they're marketing towards the people that actually call any video game system a Nintendo.
Yeah, basically. I actually got the Viola amiibo because I was afraid this one would sell out. It's pretty nice.
It looks cool.
It is.
Amiibo figures will also be available. Tap these amiibo to unlock additional features in the game.
Okay, I guess that will wrap it up for today. Yeah, man, that was pretty damn good.
It was fun times, man. I'd stay later if it wasn't like it's about 1:45 my time, and I'm hungry.
No problem, no problem. But yeah, don't really have much else to say other than thank you guys for coming out tonight. McDizzle, do you mind telling the people once again who you are, where they can find you, so on and so forth?
Yeah. It's I've been on YouTube for some years, covered a lot of Rockstar stuff, some random other things, covering some of the anti-woke folks, including exposing Grumps for a crowdfunding scandal. I'll take a little bit of credit for that, give myself a pat in the back. I stream from time to time. I work an awful lot right now, with the snapshot in time, so not as much as I'd like, but you can find my channel at, McDizzle Gaming. Pretty easy to find. And yeah, when I stream, I usually don't do what Carl does. I usually just play video games for the most part. And, I appreciate you, Carl. You do a lot of work and a lot of prep for this. So, and, I can see it in action, man. You work hard.
I'm trying to get better at doing this.
You did good, man. I was impressed.
Yeah, I try. That's the thing. I know I could do better. That's hopefully like next year we'll have more production value as I try to unlock my my actual millennial instead of being trapped in a boomer stage right now.
That's awesome, man. You did great, dude.
Yeah,
it was a pleasure chatting with you and the folks in the chat.
Yes. And link to McDizzle's channel is in the description of this YouTube video. It's highlighted there, so just click on it, and it'll take you right to his channel, so go give him a subscribe. And I'm pretty sure you can find his other information on his YouTube page, like his Twitter and so on and so forth. So go check him out from there, too. It was thank you for coming on. I appreciate it. We got to get you back on for an episode of Legacy Loading sometime to just talk about a specific game subject in the future, for sure.
Yes, buddy. It was a good time. I'll drop, man, and go deal with all my animal problems here, too. I've got a lot going on.
All right, I'll go close this out. Thank you for stopping by, buddy.
No worries. It's been a pleasure, man.
All right, peace.
See ya.
All right. As for me, ladies and gentlemen, that will be it for the show. No show tomorrow. We're going to kind of chill out and take the weekend off because I got to go help clean out a house and everything. But I thank you all for stopping by. And if you haven't already, please remember to leave a like on this video. I really do appreciate it. Help us out. Help me grow. A little small sacrifice to the algorithm gods. As, yeah, we've been definitely getting a lot more support. And people have been liking what I'm doing. And I'm liking what I'm doing. And even if only myself is talking to myself, I'm still going to have fun doing it. As for next week, we got a big lineup. We got the Game Awards. The Game Awards are releasing all their category nominees. So we're going to be doing a live stream. I've reached out to a few people. So maybe we'll see how many people I could get on to have a nice, fun conversation about that. Then, of course, we're going to have our friend Mr. Lowest Expectations. He's going to be on Wednesday. And we're going to do the one Legacy Loading episode that week dedicated to Yuji Naka, the founder of Sonic. Or the creator of Sonic, I should say, more fittingly, not the founder. And then, maybe we might stream a video game. I don't know. I've been thinking about it. We'll see. Haven't fully committed to it as well, but we'll take a gander at that. No news update show, maybe next week. Depending on if there's any cool gaming news I want to talk about. Probably not, but I might take that day off because the following Saturday, November 22nd, is when the original, is when the launch date was for the Xbox 360, and we're going to have a big show dedicated to that. Lots of guests have verified that they're going to be there and join and everything else too. So that's going to be everything on this channel. We're going to have multiple people come on. We're going to watch the original G4 launch trailer, or launch night of the Xbox 360 up into the midnight release. on G4. So X-Play people are going to be there. Attack of the Show people are going to be there. It's going to be a blast from the past. We're going to party like it was 2005 all over again. And you're going to learn about the reviews of the launch games, some fun stuff, and maybe even see some familiar faces that you're like, holy shit, I didn't realize they were there too. But that's everything on this channel. And as Neo says over here too, we are going to be making up our party chat episode as well on his channel over there. We were supposed to do it last week. Well, this week, I should say. But he killed a hooker, so we had to help him hide the body. And, of course, that's just a joke. That's not real. For obvious reasons, I have to say that. But we'll be back again, too, with that one. And join us over there. Click on the link. Click on Neo's name right here in the chat. It'll take you right over there so you can sub to his channel. And you can watch us over there next Tuesday as we talk about other gaming goodness. With that being said, I am going to start heading off here. I'm going to go straight to playing some Age of Mythology to try to beat that tonight. And everyone, thank you for coming out. Hope you all have a wonderful weekend. And stay sexy, stay active, and also stay cool.